the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
I hate football. I hate it. I hate football. I hate football. I hate it. I hate it. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube page. Football is the worst. Last night was the worst.
You got what you wanted.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. This is the problem of being me. I sat there on that couch, and dear God, that couch may have been the greatest thing I've ever invested my money in, and I include my education, possibly the engagement ring, but I would put it as a close second to the engagement ring.
As we see Chris Canty on First Take, realizing that having a baby, especially early on, ain't the coolest thing in the world.
No. My couch, I still have no regrets over waiting for my couch over going to a baby shower. Absolutely.
Because, the baby whining and crying. And
right now, Canty could not be happier that he is sitting at First Take as opposed to being at home.
He's not going to go straight home. He's probably going to fall asleep.
Stretch. We need to go an extra hour today? Yeah. Stretch it out. I'll go. 3 o'clock.
He's probably going to fall asleep not go straight home, go kick his feet up in the lounge. He'd be talking to people like, everybody leaving, like, bro, why are you still here? Man, I'll get there. Because he literally right down the street.
You need anything from me? You need me to record anything? You need me to do any commercials for you?
I guess when early on, it's, the baby can be calm, but, man, you talk about being on the clock. So he'll get to figure out what that's all about, especially if he's trying to be a good partner. And, if his wife is up, going out and getting food and going and warm the bottle up, or if she's breastfeeding, you sit there, ask her to hold the baby. She feed the baby, you burp the baby. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. Yeah.
I wouldn't know about any of it. I'm sorry. I don't have kids, and this is why. No responsibility. Yep. You know what? I go home and I nap.
Exactly.
That's what I do.
You can be totally selfish.
Exactly. I would like to start here for a moment on a totally selfish front, because I want to know if people have this same kind of experience every once in a while. And I would have to think that Jet fans off of years like this year certainly do. As a fan, have you ever sat and just hate-watched your own team?
Your own team?
Boombaka, have you sat and hate-watched your own team in any sport?
I got to this Sunday. Watch the 49ers beat the Eagles.
No. I'm not talking about
you want them to lose.
You want somebody else to lose. I'm talking about hate-watched your own team.
Yes.
In other words,
I hate them.
This is my team. I love them, but I hate them. And I can't quit them. And I have to stay with them. But dear God, I hate them, and I hate myself for what's going on right now.
Watching Daniel Jones quarterback the New York Giants.
Okay.
Hold on. Did I just hear what I just heard?
Yeah. When he was with the Giants, yes.
No, he just said that he watched his team this week.
He thought I meant. Oh. He thought I meant hate a team, watch a team that he hates.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I thought you were saying the hatred of them losing.
I thought you were saying you like the Eagles and the Giants.
No.
Hold the hell up.
No. He was saying he watched the Eagles this week. In other words, he was rooting hard against them.
Okay,
and was very happy that they lost.
Got you.
No, by hate watched, I mean I love my team, but I hate my team. And that I can understand where you're coming from. Ray, have you ever hate-watched your own team? You seem too even-keeled to me where that wouldn't even be a thing, and you'd be too logical about it.
Yeah.
That's right. I wouldn't hate-watch. If they're not entertaining, then they don't entertain me.
Has it ever made – have you ever had your team pick up a player that made you not like your team?
Well,
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I tell you like off the movie, like, the hate is real. The hate is deep in you, my child. You know how crazy Carlin got to be to hate the player so much that it makes him hate his team?
Well, but that's not it. That's not what made me hate watching them last night.
Okay, but
what made me hate watching them last night is I knew exactly what I was going to get. And this has nothing to do with the quarterback. It has to do with the fact that I knew the Steelers were not that good. I knew that a team like the Texans, who could not run the ball if you begged them to, if you just lined up pillows to try to stop them, you could have stopped them running the football all season. I knew that they were going to run the football last night.
Excuse me?
Let me finish. They ran the ball down the Steelers' throats. The Texans could not run the ball all year. They ran the ball down their throats.
Patrick Queen, Hayward.
Yeah.
TJ, I make more money than God. What?
Yeah.
Why is that the case?
I don't know, but I knew it.
Was it
They were 25th against the run this year, something like that. Something absurd like that.
I'll say it once, and I'll say it again. Linebackers matter.
Yes, they do.
Because did you see the linebackers on the other side?
You know what else matters? Corners. Joey Porter's okay.
No, he's pretty good.
He's okay, but when you have guys running wide open downfield on 3rd and 15 with the kind of defense that they have always wanted to play, you have absolutely no chance.
Well, Christian Kirk put on a clinic.
Yes, he did.
And like the fact that Nico Collins left, but the defense put up 2 touchdowns. So because C.J. Stroud played like crap.
C.J. Stroud.
That might be one of the worst performances I've seen.
C.J. Stroud did everything he could to hand them that game last night.
Yeah,
and they couldn't do a damn thing. Every time he handed them the ball like it was a hot potato, they were like, I'll take it back. It's yours. I hated every single second of watching that game last night because even at 7-6, I knew they were losing. I knew they were losing when they couldn't do anything with the turnovers. I knew they were losing in every instance last night. And then let's get to the quarterback who, by the way, you're done. Just go away.
Well, the fumble's
it's over, and nobody seems to tell you that it's over. Get it. It's over. Bart, he cannot play anymore. He stinks. He can't run around.
Bro, he won you the division.
He won a horrible division.
Can't play?
Bart, did you see a functional quarterback for next year last night? I didn't. He's 42. He's older than the head coach on the other sideline.
Listen,
that dude played with him.
Let me tell you something.
Played against him. They sacked him. They showed it.
Let me tell you something.
He's done.
Let me tell you something.
He sucks. Go away.
This is what's killing your Steelers. Wasted money on TJ Watt, should have let him walk. He's not the player that he used to be. Now he's stuck with this long-term contract that you can't get rid of. Hayward played good, but you gotta let Harmon take over and let him go. You need young, fresh blood and guys that you can mold. You decided to say, let me spend money on a wide receiver. Okay. Wrong one. You got a guy that got hands of stone, that's wide ass open, as you can see this play right here. Hit him right in his damn hands, wide open. Yep. That's not Aaron Rodgers' fault against Stingley, who's a good player.
Yep.
Right. And, he's not a route runner. So, he's a one-dimensional type of guy, right? So, they have players that they got to dump and they got to get rid of because they're too old. Got to be the oldest team in football. It can't even be close. They have to be the oldest team in football, and that's without Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, listen, here's the grand scheme of the whole thing.
Yeah.
They have to rip that thing down.
Right.
Because it's over.
To the studs.
And I think that means the head coach is going to leave.
That's what I'm saying. To the studs.
If you are Mike Tomlin,
why would you want to rebuild
why
after
would
18
you
years?
Stay?
18 years in one spot. Why would you want to stay?
When people are going to look at it in that town, rebuild's not a word.
What's Trinidad?
It's never been a word.
What's Trinidad James' name?
Chambliss.
They need to make sure that they need to be a team that gets him. They got to be a team that takes a chance on a guy because they're not going to be high enough to be able to get a quarterback that we think in this cycle. They got to get something better than a Kenny Pickett, and it might just have to be a guy like Chambliss.
Listen,
But that's not the good news. That's not the good news. The good news is Mike Tomlin should be available by the end of this week, and Harbaugh shouldn't be able to hold you hostage.
Well, that's the
reality.
This is what I was trying to get to, is that if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm not staying. Like, there's no reason for me to stay. You're going to go through a rebuild to which people are going to be destroying me next year thinking that somehow we should be better. If you watch them all season long, and he knew it midway through the year. He knew it when they gave up a 92-yard drive last night in the first half. He knew they're not that good, and they're old, and they have to rip it down. So why would he stay at this point in his career? Mike Tomlin, I need to go and look. I think he's probably 54. 53, something like that.
This is the perfect timing for somebody like Jesse Minter, somebody like McDonald, one of these young guys that can start it off from scratch to have the energy and the patience to go through a real rebuild. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last 2 years have just been they've been trying to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. They started with Russell Wilson, they tried it with Justin Fields, and listen, this is the ghost of Christmas past. This is because Kenny Pickett was horrible, and they reached for him when they shouldn't have reached for him, and they missed out on the opportunity. Now, you can say this could be a team that maybe could be good next year if they decide to go with Malik Willis and give him the money, but then they got to shed some money because Aaron Rodgers was playing for basically nothing because the Jets assisted in his salary.
No, but he wants to come back. I'm sorry. That's nice that you want to. You're not gonna.
That's not going to happen. I would be having if I'm Tomlin and I'm going to stay, I have to say maybe I can make Willis a star. And I guarantee you the first person out, too, is Arthur Smith is going to be out there trying to get a new job. He's trying to go to Tennessee. Remember, he was the offensive coordinator when Tennessee was good.
Yep.
And they've been talking, and he's going to have some – so you may be losing your offensive coordinator. So if you lose your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator stinks. Blitzburg, like those blitzes, where's Blitzburg at?
That's long gone.
They don't blitz.
But even when they do, when they rush 5, they don't get home. They don't even get close.
And
they don't blitz because they can't cover downfield.
Whoever decided to bring in Patrick Queen should be fired.
Jalen Ramsey. I'm sorry, what did I miss with Jalen Ramsey? All of that aside, I don't want to make this about the Steelers. I want to make this about the fact that Mike Tomlin should be available. And I don't know what it is for me, but I have a feeling like that this is it. And it's not based on any knowledge of any sort of any fact. And maybe I'm completely off on this. And if I am, okay. But I really think if you look at that situation top to bottom, it makes absolutely no sense for him to stay.
Yeah.
And that then puts you in a much different situation if you're the Giants. Bart,
let's power rank them.
So today, what I really want to know is, what does this offseason, when can I say that it's not a failure? Like, do they have to land Tomlin or Harbaugh for it to not be a failure?
I think McCarthy too.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I'm trying to put it on different levels for different people.
It should be the Hall of Famers.
Okay, those 3 to start. Then it's down to Stefanski. Is it a failure if they end up with Stefanski?
I think it's taking a chance on a retread. Remember, Stefanski is still in the coaching realms, relatively young.
If Stefanski
Stefanski is somebody that you expect to grow, like Harbaugh and Tomlin. We've seen them.
Stefanski, I think, is like 44.
I know. I'm saying we've seen those guys, McCarthy at the top.
Right.
Like, we don't expect them to get any better or any worse. We see them at their apex. We've yet to see Stefanski evolve and get to his apex.
Okay, but if you have those, if Tomlin does end up available, if you have those 3 coaches on the market and you don't end up with any of them, that's an abject failure.
Well, it's an abject failure, and you can say
even if one of them decides not to coach.
You can say Shane may have something to do with it.
He might.
Because if you have 3 guys, that's an indictment of what they feel your roster is, and they don't like your structure of your organization.
Well, I want to go back to a couple of things there. Number one, if you look at the Giants roster and you think this is really not all that good, then what are we holding on to Joe Shane for? Like, is our evaluation?
They feel like he found the quarterback.
Right, but is that enough? Like, Bart, should that ever be enough?
Odell Beckham saved Jerry Reese's job.
But no, just the one player should save somebody's job?
Yeah, because he found the most important player.
But
and he's going to get credit for what Dayball scouted.
But let's be clear. Jackson Dart is not Patrick Mahomes yet. Like, if you're going to tell me, if you're going to tell me that the quarterback that you found is a star, is a superstar, and you want to wait 2 years in for that to be the case, I'm good with that. But if you're going to tell me right now you know the answer, you don't. You feel pretty good about it. You feel pretty good about it. But most of the other spots, like, you want to sell me on Malik Neighbors as a talent? That's fine. Everybody knew it. Anybody that would have been in your position would have taken him, and he got hurt for a large portion of this season and may not be back for the start of next year.
Who's the quarterback that they could have got instead of getting Neighbors, but they didn't think he was good? Oh, Bo Nix.
Yeah. Listen, they wanted to trade up to get Daniels. Okay, so did a lot of other people.
Well, they wanted to trade up for Drake May.
And that too. And they wouldn't have been wrong on that. That's great. But remember in the thing they did talk about trying to get Daniels too. Anyway, my point overall is simply this. If you look at the rest of that roster besides Dart, where is the justification? Like, there is nothing standing between me and one of those three coaches right now, and that includes Joe Schoen. And if it is, I got a bigger problem. I got a bigger problem, don't I?
Well, especially when you have the owner coming out with such a strong, minority owner in Tisch coming out with such praise and support for Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I mean, we rarely hear from Tisch. We forget that he even owns a park because he's not the vocal owner. He's not the one that really it's not the majority owner.
It's equal owner.
Oh.
It's equal. Like John Mara runs the organization.
I didn't realize it was equal owner.
Oh, it's they sold off 10%.
Yeah.
But that what was sold off, to my knowledge, and
so that means
I don't believe I'm wrong on this.
90, so 45-45?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So what they sold off was equal parts of both of them to get the $1 billion and the valuation at $10 billion. But whatever, at that point, like,
oh, so 10% is $1 billion?
Yeah.
Somebody owned $1 billion? Oh, that's how they got the $1 billion.
Yes. That's how they got the $1 billion.
I thought the person invested in his thing.
No, the person spent $1 billion to buy 10% of the team.
Got you.
But my point is simply this. If you're the Giants, you cannot come out of this offseason. If Tomlin hits the market, which I think he's gonna, and with the other two, even if Tomlin didn't hit the market, it's still a failure to not have one of the other two be your head coach.
If you're the Jets, like, I know you put your support behind Glenn, but if it's three of those guys out there like that, the odds are that you can get one of them.
They're not doing it, though.
I get it.
I'm not saying they're right.
I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how often is it three Hall of Fame coaches that's available? And it may not have anything to do with your coach. It's just like when a player is available or a quarterback decides to be available. You can have a good quarterback that you believe in, but you say, well, when would I ever get an opportunity to get a guy like this?
Arturo makes a point in the chat over on YouTube. It's the ESPN New York YouTube page. Go there, subscribe, and watch the show, like the show, the whole thing. Arturo chimes in with, this is like the Tinder of coaching right now, swipe right. Yeah. Well, the problem with John Harbaugh swiping right on the Giants or any of those other guys, like, if John Harbaugh is looking at the Giants and thinking about whether or not he wants to swipe right based on who the GM is, if that's a giant mole in somebody's head, well, that's a problem. I mean, and that should not keep me from the happening. Then I'm going to go get surgery and remove the mole.
I mean, it's not like Harbaugh hasn't been here too. It's not like Harbaugh wasn't in this division that knows a lot. You know, when you have an opponent and you scout him, and he was a coordinator for the special teams
for the Eagles.
Yeah, he knows this organization. He knows how it's perceived. He knows how it's seen. You know, he's a son of a coach. But it's amazing that Atlanta got him first.
Well, but they didn't. So here's what's going on there.
Oh, we got smoke and mirrors going on out there?
Well, let's be clear on what happened here. So now they have this thing, and frankly, I don't know why teams do this, but they do it to show. Well, I do know why. They do it to show their fan base that they're talking to all these different coaches as possibilities to run their organization. Look at us. We're doing our due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
So the Falcons yesterday afternoon put out a tweet and an Instagram post that had John Harbaugh's face on it with the Falcons logo and says, "We have interviewed John Harbaugh." Turns out that was actually more of one of the many conversations that John Harbaugh had over the weekend with other teams, and it was just that first discussion with Atlanta, and they turned it into, oh, this was an interview. And John was like, was it? Like, Atlanta's still there. It's like if a woman goes on a first date or a guy goes on a first date and you don't know it's a date.
Speed date. Like, oh,
yeah,
let's,
like you
let's
don't
meet
know,
for,
not even a speed date.
Let's meet for coffee.
Yeah, exactly. And you may not know that it's a date. It's like John Harbaugh didn't know that was a date.
Mm.
And then Chris Mara from the Giants apparently went down over the weekend and saw him and had lunch with him face to face. So they didn't say that they've interviewed him. So he has not sat down and done a face-to-face interview with anybody yet, even though that's what the Falcons put out.
But everything is phone first, right?
Yeah.
Or is he the person? Because I can't imagine him driving somewhere.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine him saying, hey, let me get on, let me go to each one. He's probably going to break it down based off phone conversation.
Well, the first one you would think before he goes to see them in person.
Yeah.
But and here's the other part. We have so much information about every last move of John Harbaugh right now. Oh, my God.
Where's he at? Is he in Baltimore resting?
Exactly. Is it nap time? Did somebody make sure to let us know what he's having for lunch? Is grilled cheese and tomato soup for lunch today?
Remember they were talking about,
oh, my God.
Oh, he's hard at the gym. Remember they were showing him, like, squatting last year?
I get it. We do not need to know every last second of where you are. You are not a socialite influencer, okay? You're not Kendall Jenner. I don't need to know where you are every last second. But, boy, whether it's his camp or the teams or whoever, everybody is telling you every last second through all the different reporters where he is. He is not football Jesus, okay? I love him. I think he's a really good coach. I think he's on the level with great coaches that we have seen many years.
Good coach.
But he is not
until you win 3 Super Bowls or 2. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. This is my point. He's not that yet.
I mean, if that's the case, what's the difference between him and Sirianni?
I mean, he's not Belichick. He's not.
I think we put him in
difference
there with
between him and Sirianni.
Put him there with Bill Walsh.
Difference between him and Sirianni is that if Sirianni got fired today, I don't know who's knocking on his door immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody might hire him.
But when you look at Sirianni's record,
yeah,
and what he's done,
you would say, how
career,
is this guy not getting hired?
Right, he's done it way better, way sooner than John Harbaugh did. Even though Harbaugh went to the AFC Championship, he didn't win a Super Bowl till 6 years in. 6 years in.
Look, this is really what I want to know today from Giant fans. Okay, is this an abject failure if you don't walk out of this offseason? Because I do not see how it's not. If you don't walk out of this with Harbaugh, McCarthy, or Tomlin, this is a nightmarish failure of an offseason. Because I talked about the importance of making sure that if you're going to have a year like this, that at least something good comes out on the other end of it. And you ended up with the 5th pick.
Well,
the 5th pick. But nobody's better at winning more meaningless games than the Giants.
But the thing is,
and now you got a chance to get one of those coaches, and you don't.
The thing is, you found this year is a success. To your point, if you find the right coach going forward, and you found your quarterback, and so the 5th pick is like the third thing. Hey, that's the cherry on top. I appreciate that.
But I think we would all agree that if they had the number 1 pick right now, they would be sitting in the catbird seat because somebody else would be knocking on their door. Several teams would be knocking on their door.
Especially how Mendoza look right now.
Mendoza.
The Jets would get 2 first-round draft picks. They would have
easily.
They would switch and have number 5. They would switch and probably have number 3 and number 16, or number 3 and I don't know if I would want the Jets first-round pick next year just in case they're top 3 again.
Absolutely.
So I have 3 and 3.
Absolutely.
Opposed to 3 and 16.
If I were the Giants, I'd be making the Jets pay a jet tax for that quarterback.
Oh, see, there you go.
Well, no, you got.
I'm giving you 2 firsts. That's going to probably be top 5. It's probably going to be top 5.
But if you're in my town, You're paying a tax.
You want me to give you 2 top 5s and
you can't tell me definitively next year will be a top 5. You can't tell me that definitively.
with the Jets?
You can't. You think that you make that trade, think that
Bro.
there will be, but I don't operate as if you and I are talking and you're trying to say, we're going to suck again next year. What are you talking about?
Have you seen their schedule?
Yes, I know. This is why I bet the Giants under this year, 5.5, and I won.
And they basically playing
and
the same.
I cashed in week 13.
And they basically playing the same schedule that the Giants played last year.
I know. My point is simply this. If they had ended up with the number 1 pick, I would have felt a lot better. And now if you come out of this and you don't have one of these 3 coaches, I'm sorry, Kevin Stefanski, that's a failure.
I don't know. Stefanski's not. Isn't you act like Stefanski's going to go to Arizona or something? Like
I didn't say that.
Stefanski's going to get one of the premier jobs.
But the Giants are a premier job, and Stefanski should not be on my list.
So we know that Harbaugh can't go back to the Ravens, but the Ravens is the number 1 job.
Yes.
So if Tomlin's available, could be Tomlin.
I told you that last week.
If McCarthy's available, could be McCarthy. The Ravens are going to take the number 1 guy. So now you're stuck with like the 2nd pick or the 1st pick.
Well, their guy they're not picking might be the number 1 pick with Harbaugh. The Ravens are not hiring Harbaugh, obviously.
Unless Tomlin gets there, then that's a debate.
Well, either way, I'm still ended up fine. My thing is Harbaugh, McCarthy, Tomlin. If I go 0 for 3 there, this has been a failure of an offseason.
I mean, if Tomlin goes...
A failure of a season and offseason.
I can see Tomlin in Atlanta.
I could definitely see that.
That's Wakanda.
I could see...
Black people love being in Wakanda.
All right, well, there's that. Sure. But also, I could see what you talked about yesterday. Todd Bowles gets fired today if Mike Tomlin's available.
Could.
I could absolutely see that.
But then I can see Todd Bowles being hired in Atlanta. They got a young defense. They spent a lot of money on that defense. They got 2 young. They spent their 2 first-round draft picks on defense. People, I'm trying to get Giants fans to understand. Yes, we may have a higher evaluation of Jackson Dart than some of these pending coaches, right? And what I'm saying is, if Baltimore's the number 1 job, I think we all can, unanimously agree to that.
Yeah,
I'm saying that maybe Atlanta is the number 2.
I can't say that.
Atlanta is way farther along, got a dominant offensive line, if they re-sign Pitts, got Pitts. He had damn near 1,000 yards.
He didn't show up until contract year.
Okay.
That guy's had forever.
Okay, but could be 1,000 yards, tight end. You got a good offensive line.
I can't talk about his ceiling anymore. He's already hit it.
Yeah, but you got Lindstrom.
They have a very good offensive line.
You got
and they have
Robinson.
an improved defense.
And you have maybe the best running back in the game right now. I think by next year, Bijan Robinson will be unanimously the best running back in all of football. So, and you playing in a weak-ass division.
Are you going to tell me that a Giant fan is not going to be disappointed if the Atlanta Falcons get their choice above them?
It's about roster building. You can say that to Joe Shane.
So let's do this.
You put that straight to Joe Shane.
Let's do this.
Why the roster sucks and why a coach may say, hey, I got less work to do here. And Arthur Blank is, in my opinion, is on the same level, even though he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I think he's seen as one of the premier owners in all of football, too.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. What I want to know from the Giant fan is, at this point, if you don't end up with one of those 3, is this offseason already a failure? Already. 800-919-3776. The lines are open right now. I just hit the button. Lines open. Bang.
Damn.
And now you can also chime in on the YouTube chat where you should be watching the show, on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be going, subscribing, watching, doing all that crap. Cranky Carlin today. Cranky pants on. Cranky pants on. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Nassau County delays on the LIE westbound by Glen Cove Road, exit 39. It's a crash. 2 lanes are blocked. Very slow traffic there. Northern State looks to be better. Bell Parkway westbound in Brooklyn, heavy by Knapp Street. That's construction work, roving repairs. In Rockland County, the closure, Route 17, both ways at Tuxedo at the intersection with Route 17A. Big accident there with an overturned tractor trailer. That's 17 both ways by Warwick Brook Road and Route 17A. The throughway is a nearby alternate. Hudson River crossings coming in from New Jersey, all under 10 to 15 minute delays, now improving. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Winner of more audience awards than any film this year, Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience. And now it's the Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Hamnet is the best picture of the year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
When I wake up, the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
Pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans
jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
All right, let's go. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube page, 800-919-3776. Drop your comments in at the YouTube page as well. We'll start with D in Queens today on ESPN New York. D, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm all right, fellas. Listen, y'all two was talking about the Jets should have kept Rodgers. And for stuff that was going on the sidelines yesterday, that's why they got rid of him. Bro, you old. You can't move. Stop. Did the receivers make some mistakes? Of course they did. But nobody wants to see that publicly. Just, showing up your teammates publicly is wild to me.
But the reason, but the reason we want him over here is because he wouldn't have had to run as much because you have a better offensive line and Devontae Adams will still be here. So that's
But we would have been like the Jets are, the Steelers are right now.
Nah.
Listen. What I'm saying is, we bottomed out. We're gonna do like the Patriots did. They take the quarterback. Mind you, the same draft. He wasn't the guy. We're gonna go get another one. That's how I look at it. Take the positives out of it.
But D, what I'm saying is, we had to pay. The reason why Aaron Rodgers was in Pittsburgh, even though their salary cap is high as hell, is because he cost nothing because the Jets were paying. So if you're going to do that, we added $30 million by adding Justin Fields. If we would have just kept Aaron Rodgers, we'd have kept Devontae Adams, we'd have kept Garrett Wilson, and we would have had Breece Hall with Membu being as good as he is with Mason Taylor, we wouldn't have been a laughing stock of football. Now, we would have been in the same place, being that we would have been looking for a quarterback, but then instead of us being able to draft the quarterback because our record wouldn't have been bad enough in a weak AFC, we would have probably been able to say, okay, Malik Willis, you want to come over here and take over where Aaron Rodgers started?
So this is an interesting question.
True.
Because, hang on.
I have one other thing I want to say.
Okay, go ahead, D. I'll bring this back, but go ahead.
Like yesterday, you guys brought it up, and, Bart, you said it. Like, it's funny how the media, I don't agree with McAfee for a lot of reasons, but you said it, like, the media, they play in negativity so much. So when that lady spoke to Lee and Cohen, they were caught off guard. And it's funny what the media, sports media decides is improper.
Right.
Because Bart knows this. I used to say ESPN is the HHN, the hate-hearted network, where they would just do think pieces trying to trash him. That's okay. But her just trying to boost them up in that moment is somehow improper.
Here's why it's improper. D, listen, I'm with you. To me, it was much about nothing. It really was.
Yes.
But the reason that they thought it was improper, and I totally get it because I've been in these situations, is that you only get so much time with the head coach and so many questions. So if you are eating into any of that with just that kind of a thought, really what you're doing is taking away time from somebody else from doing their job. But that's the point.
But after 20 years, D, I got you. After 20 years of being on a job, that's like Rich Cimini saying, hey, man, don't worry about it, Rex. Listen, it was a hell of a season. I've been here a long time. And she's been covering them for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot. Hold your head up high. You guys go in the right direction.
Yeah,
if Rich Cimini said that, nobody would trip after Rich Cimini, all that he's seen. You've seen just as bad of football in Jacksonville as you have in New York.
Right. And again, this did not bother me at all because
it was an outlier. It rarely happens.
It never happens.
Right.
And what happened was, I don't think Pat's wrong in saying that there are reporters who are just cranky. It's not all of them, okay? It's nowhere near all of them.
They hate having to sit around and have to kiss the ass of these, what they feel entitled athletes that don't understand their role, but the first time they do a nice thing, they want the media there to cover them and say, look how great these people are, but they don't want to handle the hard questions. I get it. I get where some of these guys come from.
That's not what this is. This is different. This is they don't want to lose any of their time trying to do their job because somebody decided to say something encouraging in the middle of a press conference and taking that time as opposed to doing it on the side.
But it's her time, too. And if she asks a dumb question, would it be a difference if she asks a bad question?
I don't think we wouldn't be talking about it if she asked a bad question.
But if she asked a bad question and it didn't add anything to the conversation.
No, we wouldn't be talking about it.
They wouldn't even be talking about it.
No, we wouldn't be talking about it, but because that at least, even if it's a bad question, you're asking a question. What they're saying is, and I'm not agreeing with them, okay? To me, you didn't lose anything out of it.
Yeah.
Like any good people that control that kind of press conference understood what happened there and made sure that the normal amount of time was allotted for regular questions around that.
Yeah.
And so once that happened, I had no problem because it's just like, why am I going to get all wrapped up about this?
That was 2 minutes.
It wasn't even. It was 20 seconds is really what it is.
Right.
But media has to do a lot of and all I'm telling you is what they think, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you it's right, it's wrong.
You're providing the other side of the argument.
I've done this. You sit in rooms like that, you only get so much time to ask your questions or to ask the pertinent questions. And when you feel like, when that happens, you feel like that was just a cheerleader for somebody who is not asking a question, but just encouraging somebody. If you're like, that is not the time or place for that, it's somewhere else. It doesn't mean it's right or it's wrong, okay? Myself, having done it before, having known how media feel like, because like you'll hear the same people in baseball, right, or in football. When the locker room is open and the media can't go in the locker room, they get all bent out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they go in the locker room, sometimes they're speaking quietly to somebody else or whatever, but all they are doing is playing defense against one another to not miss out on a story. Because they're looking around like if they're themselves not talking to somebody, they're playing defense. Oh, what's he talking to that person about? Are they getting a story that I don't have? And then I'm going to get on my editor, that kind of stuff. Like, to me, like, the locker room stuff, if I'm really in the media at this point, I don't need access to the locker room. Bring the guys out that I want to talk to. If that's a sacred space, allow that to be a sacred space.
Yeah. Okay.
I see. That was it.
I get it. Too often
But I can't.
They just nagging. Like if you didn't agree, that you don't have to publicly say anything about it. Just
lighten up. And I think really what people got really annoyed by is that it was Adam Schefter, who is a reporter,
right,
saying how great is this. That's what it was.
But Adam Schefter is also a TV personality. He's not a journalist that's going in and a beat reporter.
But they all look at him like he was. Hey, you were one of us once.
No,
because he was. He was in Denver.
Listen, I make $8 million a year. I cannot relate to nothing that y'all are talking about.
He did at one point, and that's how they think. I'm not saying it's right.
I don't remember or recognize that person ever. Yeah. I'm rich. I'm really rich.
There was a time, and I don't know that he wouldn't remember it because it wasn't a thing, but he wrote a book with Terrell Davis. He was covering the Broncos in the late 90s. And he wrote a book with Terrell Davis. And when I was producing Mike and the Mad Dog, and came in studio, and he came with Terrell, but really Terrell was supposed to be the only guy on.
Yeah.
And Chris is like, listen, and the PR person's like, you have to put Adam on too. And Chris was like, at the time, like, what do I need to do this for? Well, we just want Terrell.
Right.
But the PR person tried to sneak it in. But we put Adam on, and he was great.
Minutes.
He was fine. He was terrific. But it was like, back then, he was a beat reporter. And that's how they look at it.
He was Jennifer Lopez.
Right.
And then
as a fly girl.
J-Lo, I remember when it was just, hey, whoa.
J-Lo was a fly girl.
You remember when Jamie Foxx said that he ran into Jennifer and she kind of like, hey.
No.
He's like, whoa. Hold up, J-Lo. I remember when it was, hey, whoa. But hey.
Yeah.
I know when you was a fly girl. I remember when you was a fly girl. Made me start telling stories. Tommy Davis said the same thing. He was like, oh, they got the same age and was like, hey, go over there and just say hi to her. She'll love to see you. And she's just like, meh. He was like, whoa, what the hell was that? I was the star.
You ever have somebody happen with that with you?
I told you the time I wanted to fight Mike Nolan.
Yeah, that's a little different, though.
No, he
just kind of blew you off?
Like, he was my defensive coordinator. He never thought I could play. And, like, I was there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
With him, and then he left.
He was the 49ers coach after that.
Yeah.
When he was wearing the tie on the sideline.
Yeah. So when he left, like Jeff Fitzgerald, and that's when Rex became the coordinator, defense coordinator. And I made All Pro and Pro Bowl. So then I go over there, and I'm at the Pro Bowl, and he talking to Tiki and Rondé, and of course I go over there, want him to be proud. Hey, what's up, Bart? I see you undrafted free agent, and I remember you just
give me a
running
little
around.
love, yeah.
Yeah. This is like isn't it like it was like 10 years later. I'm only
a couple years
I'm
later.
only in year 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in year 5. So like he left, so it's been 3 seasons. And he's like, "Hey Bart, what are you doing here?" I said, "What?" I said, "What?"
Damn.
Oh, you should have saw the game. We played them the next year. Told Frank Gore ass up. And I was talking so much cash money to him. That's why I'm here, mother. And like he turned his back and wouldn't look at me. And I kept going to the sideline. You hear me, mother? Boy, Frank Gore was probably, man, why is this dude gassed up? When I say listen, I think I have like part of the game. I'll show you like me like yelling at him. You just gonna see me like look like I'm hype. I'm talking directly to him, and you can tell like, this dude is on. You might think I spent the night with LT. He's like, this dude is on. This dude is on. What is this dude on today?
Bart and Carlin, ESPN.
FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot at an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana.
Coverage begins Monday night at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
I didn't get a chance to go back to this before, but I want to go back to this, and I want to get your thoughts on this, and I want to get the thoughts from everybody else at 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. It's Bart and Carlin. Go and watch on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Subscribe to the ESPN New York channel and lock in on the show. Dee brought this up earlier, and it triggered something for me in the thought. He didn't bring this up directly, but it triggered something for me. So you and I spent time talking about bringing back Aaron Rodgers last offseason with the Jets and why that would have been the right thing to do. Yep. And I still don't back off of that, even though he's toast now. Would you rather be where they are right now, which is, let's operate under an assumption that if you brought Aaron Rodgers back, you would have been in a position in the middle of the year where you would not have traded Quinnen or Sauce Gardner. Fair?
Yeah, and Sauce wouldn't have had the extension. You would have let him play because they did Sauce and Garrett 3 years after 3 seasons. They would have had them and been picking up options for them.
So you think if Rodgers was back, they would not have done Sauce's extension?
They wouldn't have had the money because Devontae Adams would have been here, and they would have had to give him an extension.
All right, well, I wasn't even considering the Devontae Adams part of it, but
Devontae Adams had 14 touchdowns this year, by the way.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware of the year.
With Aaron Rodgers, he had over 1,000 yards receiving. You would have had 2,000-yard receivers.
Even so, Garrett wouldn't have gotten his money. Sauce wouldn't have gotten his money.
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm asking is, would you have rather been in the position of right now, you still need a quarterback, but you don't have all of these picks, and you would have brought Rodgers back, and let's say that you had a season where you went 8-9, and you were middle of the pack, probably just missed out on the playoffs.
So you're picking 16.
You're middle of the first round. Would you rather have had that kind of a season where at least you had some life at different times? Or would you rather be in the position that they're in right now, picking second overall with 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, and you're facing a similar situation as far as needing a quarterback for the future?
Well, it depends, because it depends on how good Malik Willis turns out to be. Because if I'm Malik Willis, he would have been running to this place because he'd be like, oh, man, Aaron Rodgers gone. Now you got Malik Willis. If he plays anyway like he played in Green Bay, like he could be a franchise quarterback with those type of legs that he has and the pocket awareness that he's shown, his ability to throw the ball from the pocket. Like, dude was like, he had like 3 incompletions for like 300 yards. Like, listen, Malik Willis, the game might have went different if Malik Willis was playing and starting instead of Jordan Love. Because his ability to you see, he scored 2 touchdowns on the Ravens like easy peasy, just by pulling the ball. Like, you mean I got that? I got Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Mimbu, that offensive line with Mimbu and Malik Willis? I don't know.
Malik Willis got in how many games this year? He played in 4 games this year.
Yeah.
Went 30 of 35.
Go to the last one. 30 of 35. Hold on. So you mean to tell me this man threw the ball 35 times, he completed 30?
For the season, yeah.
Okay.
The last game against Baltimore, again, it's
just read that line.
18 of 21, 288.
For how much?
288.
15.
Okay, I want to take the Malik Willis part of this out of this.
Okay.
Would you rather be in this position right now of what you have, or would you rather have had the position of still looking for a quarterback, not having all of these picks, but you had a year where you won 8 games?
So basically you asked me, would I rather be a joke and a laughing stock where people think that nobody wants to come here, or would I rather be respected with the ability to attract free agents?
But all of that with assets.
I get that.
All of the embarrassment and stuff like that, but I have assets to try to get something done. You would have rather had the 8 and 9 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Because I think
I'm not saying one's right or wrong.
I think you still would be able to try and say, okay, well, maybe Wilkes isn't the right guy, and you still would be moving on from Wilkes. But you would have had a much better defense, but you would have recognized that he's not the guy. And you say, well, if that's the case, we'll be stuck with Wilkes. That's not true, because the San Francisco 49ers made it to the Super Bowl and still moved on from it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not true.
So, like, now when we're talking about, and it keeps scrolling past, right? Keeps scrolling by. Keep saying that Jonathan Gannon is going to Dallas to interview for defense coordinator, right? If you had that type of environment, don't you think instead of going to visit Dallas, he would be coming here? Saying, let me go see, because this Jets job is a hell of a job. They're right there on the cusp.
But that's a lot of ifs. I'm just talking about the main if of you would have rather had the 8 and 9 year and not have all these picks.
Correct.
Because it would have been respectable.
Yeah, and I'm the freaking joke of the entire NFL, and I'm the team that hasn't made it to. I think if they would have had that team, they'd have been right there for a playoff run. You can't tell me with 2,000 in this weak ass AFC, you couldn't tell me that with Aaron Rodgers being protected way better than he was with the Steelers, that he wouldn't have been able to. The problem with the Steelers, all he had was tight ends. Could you mean to tell me with 2,000-yard receivers on the outside, could you imagine how much space Breece Hall would have to run the ball with that offensive line, knowing that you got to put 2 safeties over the top? You can't go 8 men in a box.
Who's the other 1,000-yard receiver?
Garrett Wilson.
Oh, Devontae and Garrett Wilson. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guarantees that you got to have 2 high safeties. With this offensive line, which would have looked much better, and Aaron Rodgers, the ball is going in 2 seconds. Maybe with this offensive line, he could have had the ball for 4 seconds.
See, this is
fascinating.
Then
you have Breece Hall.
This is what I want to know from Jet fans, too. I have the lines open now at 800-919-3776. Should you have kept Rodgers?
Paid his salary anyway.
To have a middle-of-the-road season and still be in this spot.
But who's to say it's middle of the road? I'm saying in this weak-ass AFC.
You're going very high on. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair-minded about it. You got a little jet-colored glasses on there.
They won 5 games last year, correct?
Yeah.
They would have beat Miami at least once. Probably would have. You can go. They would have. They damn sure would have beat. They damn sure would have beat Denver.
They won 5 games a year ago.
Right. With Aaron Rodgers last time. They would have won. They would have won 9. With Mimbu, if Mimbu was still the pick, and just let's say Mimbu wasn't the pick. If Mimbu wasn't the pick because Aaron Rodgers was here, that pick would have been Ty Warren.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their 3rd win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients, from beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats. You'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win. So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
To the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey, or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat. Score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
It really is a fascinating thing to consider, whether or not you'd rather be in this position of needing to find a quarterback and have all of these assets, but it was such a nightmarish year. But then, if you had kept Rodgers and you ended up middle of the pack, would you have rather been in that position, but still be looking for a quarterback now? You just would have been a team that would have been better and respectable and what they really have aspired to be here for a few years.
But I just hate that you keep saying respectable. Like they couldn't have been more than respectful in this weak-ass AFC where Baltimore wasn't here.
Respectable isn't the right word then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
A wild card team.
I will do this very quickly. But if they had kept all of those guys.
Devontae Adams, 2,000-yard receivers and 1,000-yard runner. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers couldn't run the ball yesterday. He wouldn't have that problem with Breece Hall.
No, I agree with that. But they would have beaten the Dolphins at least once. So they won 3 games.
Okay.
How many more games would they have won?
Okay.
They would have beaten I think they would have beaten Denver. They would have won in Tampa Bay.
They'd have beat Denver. All they had to do was get in field goal range. I mean,
they would have beaten Denver. They would have beaten Carolina. That's 3. We're going to say split Miami?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say split New England.
I don't know why not, but okay.
Well, I mean, in those 2 games, they lost 42-10 And
who's the quarterback?
27-14.
Who's the quarterback?
No, I know.
The backup to the backup. It wasn't even Justin Fields.
Fields was the first one, the first New England loss. And then the second one was Cook.
They would have beat Pittsburgh.
They would have beaten Pittsburgh.
Because Pittsburgh would have had Justin Fields.
Well, no, they didn't play Pittsburgh. In week 1, you mean?
Yeah. They had to beat Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh would have had Justin Fields.
Yeah. But I have them winning right around 8. I don't think they're going from 3 to 10.
If they can win 8, they can win 9. Because remember, listen.
But I can't say they're going to win every one of those close games.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, you have Quinnen for the whole season. Yep. You have Sauce for the whole season. You have Devontae Adams 1,000 yards. You got 2,000-yard receivers. And you got 2 of the best. I think at that point you would have like one of the better offensive lines because Aaron Rodgers not getting hit because the ball's coming out. Like Membu ranked high, Fashanu high, and I'm still throwing in the Vera Tucker injury.
Okay, all I'm trying to do is be fair.
Okay, I got you.
And as opposed to they would have won 10 or 11 versus 3.
Let's just say 9.
I'll say 8, but
okay,
it's right there.
They'd have been fighting for the wild card. Let's say that.
They would have been fighting for a playoff spot. Absolutely.
And Devontae Adams would have had 1,000 yards, and Garrett Wilson would have had 1,000 yards, but they would have been fighting. You're right.
I mean, if Garrett Wilson had been healthy for the whole season,
correct?
Maybe. Okay.
He definitely wouldn't have hurt his knee because he wouldn't get no dumbass ball that Justin Fields threw in Denver to get his knee hurt. By the way,
Muhammad in Long Island is up on ESPN New York. Muhammad, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Thanks for taking my call, guys. Look, man, Bart, this is Carlin's scenario. You come changing it around and saying, but Carlin is saying, would we rather be what we are or be a middle of the road team?
Okay,
I normally agree with you, Bart. But I'm saying this: even if we kept Aaron Rodgers and we had these players, right, and we went and we had a Pittsburgh type of season, right, what would that do for our future? Because we still would be losing Aaron Rodgers and then we'd be back in the same place just for one mediocre season. As opposed to now, we could potentially be set up for maybe the next 4 or 5 years and going forward with all the draft capital that we have.
Or
to be able to build this team up.
Or you can get Dante Moore and he's like Zach Wilson and you're worse than you ever been. And you got to see it all the way through. Like we act like these picks are going to hit. I can name. Hold on, Muhammad. I'm gonna name you 5 guys. Let's just say 5 guys, and I'm gonna name you 5 first-round busts: Kyle Wilson, Aaron Pryor, D. Milliner, Darren Lee, Quentin Coples.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, Muhammad, that's the thing. Like, you think that I agree that they should actually be happier to be in the position that they are? I actually don't. I was asking Bart before because I wanted to know where he was at with it. But the bottom line is I could not have survived another one of sitting through those kind of years. And God bless you guys who did. But we heard from more than enough fans throughout the course of the season that I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do that. Okay, well.
They lost Ira.
But you're all probably coming. Well, but Ira's coming back.
Ira's wife.
You can already see
Ira's wife ain't like, if you want to pull up with it, I'm not.
The point is simply that I would have rather had a respectable year because you'd at least feel a little bit better. It wouldn't have been a complete waste. I would have rather had a year where you won 8 or 9 games.
Because then guess what? You would have felt like you can trust and believe Aaron Glenn, what he's saying.
You'd feel a lot different about Aaron Glenn for sure.
You'd be like,
You'd be looking at Aaron Glenn like, oh, we were a whole lot better all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're on our way.
David in Rockland is next on ESPN New York. David, what's going on?
How you guys doing?
Good.
So here's the way I look at it. Aaron Glenn's coming from Detroit. The Jets are going to become whatever, Detroit East. Isn't Aaron Rodgers better equipped to be a Jared Goff type than Justin Fields to run this offense?
Yes.
Or even someone like a Shedeur Sanders in the 4th round. Can he be a Jared Goff type to run this system over a Justin Fields?
See, David, this is the crazy part. If they would have drafted Membu, they probably would have took Shedeur in the 4th round when he fell. And then he would have had a year to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. That's a whole nother thing, too. You don't think they would have knew that they needed to get a with all the extra picks they had, you don't think they would have thought, man, we need to get Aaron Rodgers last year. We need to try and draft his backup.
I think they would have.
Or they would have took Shuck.
I think if they were ever going to take Shedeur, they would have taken him this year. Either way.
No, but remember, Aaron Glenn, they went with the philosophy, we don't want distractions. Aaron Rodgers was a distraction. Shedeur Sanders, with what we thought he was going to bring with all the attention, would have been a distraction. Right. That would have meant that they were going in a different philosophy. That, hey, we're going to get the best player, not the player that's not going to create too much of a distraction.
But I think either way, if they were ever planning on taking Shedeur, they would have done it this year. But you're right. I know why they didn't. But what I'm saying is, I don't think either way they would have taken.
Because they didn't want to deal with what Stefanski had to deal with. What about him? What about him? Giving interviews, doing the mind stuff.
And that's the other thing about Stefanski. I don't think Stefanski handled that well at all.
He didn't, because it was clear he didn't want him. Of course, because if you take Gabriel, then that means that the owner was like, nah, man. Or the general manager, which is why his ass is unemployed now. Because Shedeur showed that maybe if Stefanski would have been better about it, maybe they would have been better.
Al, North Carolina next. ESPN New York. Al, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Big fans.
Appreciate it, brother.
I had a question that might be more of your lane, Carlin, and Bart. You can kind of just tell me what you think. But I was thinking of not using the second pick or the 16th pick on a quarterback, building a more elite or like a better foundation for a rookie quarterback in maybe the second round, like a Carson Beck or a Trinidad Chambliss.
We're not going Carson Beck. Carson Beck is horrible, and he's old as hell. That's one of the reasons why he
I would
had
not touch
success.
Carson Beck with a 10-foot
pole. But Al, you're on to something. Like, they can take Tate number 2, and then with 16 they can go get the second linebacker from Ohio State, because they need a thumper in the middle, and then they can take the 33rd pick and take Chambliss. I wouldn't be mad with that. They got 2 second-round draft picks.
If you want to talk about taking Chambliss in the second round as opposed to taking Dante Moore early, if Chambliss doesn't win any of his things, I'm not going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds this year. They don't have a third-round pick. I would not have a problem taking Chambliss in the second round.
But they have a 4th. So this is what you do.
And 2 fifths.
So you take the 5 and you take 33 and you move up. You move up with number 30 or 28, because you want to have the 5th-year option on him if he turns out to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you do. Like, if you believe in Chambliss and you think he's like a second-round draft pick once we go through the process, then you do that. And so I would do that. I would move back into the first round with 33, which is basically the first round, and I'll move with whoever's 30, or 32. They won't mind to move back a couple to get a 5th, because they just won a Super Bowl.
Frank's in Newark next, ESPN New York. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm going to chime in on the Giants for a second. I was going to say that if they miss on this head coach and they try to get too cute or fancy, this is like as bad as missing on your option at quarterback a couple of years ago. Remember, we had Darnold. We were drafted number 2 overall. We had the choice of Darnold, and I forget who else down that list.
Well, that was Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that was Lamar Jackson. No, that wasn't Lamar.
2018.
Yeah, 2018
Lamar was 2017.
Was it Baker? No, it wasn't Baker.
It was Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen, Rosen.
And
I'll tell you in 1 second who it was. Okay, 2018 NFL draft. It was Baker first, then it was Darnold, then it was Josh Allen, Josh Rosen.
Yeah, he should have drafted Josh Allen.
I'm sorry, Lamar was 2018. He was the last pick of the first round.
Yep.
So there you go.
Exactly. So it's like almost as bad as picking that. We're not in a situation where we can actually say, hey, let's go get the next up and coming offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator as a head coach. We need a guy that's actually been a proven winner plus a system builder. Now, as far as the Jets are concerned, Carlin, I got to ask you this question. Are you lining towards were you lining towards bringing Aaron Rodgers back and having an 8-9 season because you've been out in the desert for too long in the sea of irrelevancy that you just want you would have loved to have that kind of season since it might be out of desperation, or was it just to experience some wins and to have something worth watching later on in December?
It's twofold. It's twofold. It's wanting to have a year that actually meant something. And Bart just went through it before. How many times have they been here before where they've had the picks and then they don't turn into anything? Or, they've done some good things with picks. Like, I mean, they had the year that they had the 4 first-round picks. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, that was a Parcells time.
But no, they had
it. Pennington
But they had 3 with Jermaine Johnson, Sauce. Remember the Brees? Yeah. Sauce, Jermaine Johnson, Garrett, and
yeah.
And the biggest, and Bart, you mentioned this before.
But my point is, there's still only picks, okay? There's still only picks. And I like having them, but I would have rather had a season that I could have actually been entertained by and interested in and not embarrassed by.
And that's fair.
When does that stop being, sick? Like, when does that get old?
I mean, to me, it was like, and Bart, you made a reference to this earlier with the Steelers. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Yeah. We're still not going to have the quarterback, and we're still going to end up owing Aaron Rodgers that money anyway. Plus, we would have still had Devontae Adams on the lineup anyway.
Yeah, and now you just put yourself $30 million in, still having to pay Justin Fields. So you wasted even more money. At least you would be paying Aaron what you was paying him.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow is coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater Wednesday, August 26th, and ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile and submit your entry. It's brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. On the thought on Trinidad Chambliss, Mel Kiper Jr. was on with Dave and Rick, as he is each and every week, and the boys asked if Trinidad Chambliss ends up entering the draft, where would he go?
First round, I would think. I mean, the first round quarterbacks over the years, just look at some of them. He's more talented. Is he 6'3", 6'4"? No. But, the kid's 23. I mean, he's not 20, 21. He's been around. He's Ferris State. He did a great, dominated that level. He goes to Ole Miss. He was going to go to Temple, and then he went to Ole Miss, and he was a backup to Simmons. Simmons gets hurt. He gets a chance, and look what he did. So he's going to have, I think it's 28 starts, but you say, well, it's Ferris State, but that's college. That's college football starts. It's a lower level, but it still starts. That's why he wants another year. That would be the tough call between Simpson and Trinidad Chambliss. If in fact Trinidad Chambliss is in this draft, which we have to wait and see how it plays out in court.
So at this point, to your point about the argument, you want to bring him in later in the first round?
Yeah.
Then that's an idea. That's certainly an idea where maybe you're not taking number 2, taking Dante Moore, and you're feeling better about taking Trinidad Chambliss later in the first round.
Yeah, because just know if Trinidad Chambliss is just okay, you got 3 first-round draft picks the next year. So that now you're all in for the Arch.
Here's David and Elizabeth.
Not Arch, but it's some other people that's going to come out other than Archie. Yeah, be other people.
David and Elizabeth is next. What's up, D?
What up, fellas? So, look, we're going to start like this. Chef, respect to your Steelers, Steel City. I know you love your organization.
He cried on the way here.
I did not.
Nah, he ain't cried, man. That's my guy, man. Let's show him a little respect.
No, listen, I'm not going to lie. I have cried over a Steelers loss before. That has happened in my life.
He was punching in the air like Trey for Boys in the Hood.
My bad, Chef.
The closest I ever came to killing a person would be in college. The Steelers lost to the San Diego Chargers in the AFC Championship game. And there was a kid on my floor who was 6'2", but he was about 120 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an obnoxious jackass. And Alfred Papunu caught this long touchdown late in the game. And he started running his mouth. And, dude, I grabbed this guy. I never had such rage in my body. I grabbed this guy by the throat and lifted him up as far as I could on the wall. And somebody had to pull me off him. I've never had that kind of rage ever before. And I had that kind of rage.
Hey, man, our teams will make us do that. Yo, Bart, you know what moment that was? That was, you're wrinkling my school clothes. Oh, man. Yes, sir. But, yo, look, man, not for nothing. I'm not taking no shots at Steel City or the Steelers. But, yo, Rodgers, he was talking real spicy about my organization. So yeah, take this clip on the way out, my brother. Yeah. Yo, Al, I can't say his last name, Alshire, how they say his last name, but Daniil Hunter and friends had you on your back all night. My man Sheldon Rankins, that used to play for the Jets, yeah, he'll take that to the house. He ain't like that. No disrespect, Chef. Nothing against your team, but Aaron Rodgers was talking spicy. So, hey, he got what was coming.
If he's going to do that, might as well let the kid make the kick in Baltimore.
Listen, let's be real about Rodgers.
Just think.
For a minute, okay? It's over. And everybody seems to know it except him. If he wants to drag out his own personal drama into this offseason, do it somewhere else. It's over. You cannot play anymore. You can't play. I wholeheartedly understand that the offensive...
He played okay.
No, he didn't. The offensive line was bad. I wholeheartedly understand how good that defense is. And, Bart, I have to tell you.
That reminded me of us.
You watch that. I was about to ask you this question. That might be...
That's how I felt.
That might be as close to a defensive performance in a game, violent and physical and all of that.
It looked like old school football.
Since I have seen since the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah, you saw dudes getting hit.
Yes.
Well, it's been like the Steelers, like, let's just say the defensive great teams. You've seen that from the defensive great teams, 2000, the Legion and Boom and back. Because that's how it was when Cam Chancellor was knocking dudes' chests out when he played Peyton Manning. He beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, they
you know
did.
What I mean? And like the some of the Ravens and Steelers team, James Harrison knocking dudes out. Like that, they look like an old school defense.
Yes, they did.
They look like the defense when their head coach was playing.
They looked like the defense that
they way better. They look way crazier than Denver.
The only reason it ended up at 30-6 was because of the turnovers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that game, if Stroud wasn't trying to give it away,
oh my God,
that game would not have been close.
That's what scares me. That Denver can make Stroud look like that. If Bo Nix is good enough to get one or two touchdowns.
If Stroud had been Trent Dilfer last night with that 2000 Ravens team, that game would not have been close at all.
Yeah.
Just don't screw it up. That's the only thing that scares me from picking them for going to the Super Bowl.
So bad.
He was horrible.
He was
horrible.
Like the decisions you're making, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? He was trying to give the ball to them. I mean, the not catching a snap, and then on another one later on.
A couple of them, the center was tripping too. Like,
well, the center was, yes. No, that was, I'm talking about the first one where it was right at him and he just didn't catch it. Yeah. And it was on his hands, and he was looking for it, and he just didn't catch it. Then there was the one later on where the center snapped it, and he wasn't expecting it. But he was terrible with decisions he was making. That is the only thing that keeps me from picking them to go to the Super Bowl.
This is crazy. Like, would you rather
that
see
defense is,
would you rather see Buffalo get a rematch against the Texans, or would you rather see New England versus Denver, or would you rather see the Broncos basically go against their mirror image in the Texans, or would you rather see New England versus Buffalo?
I don't think the Broncos,
because of the hatred.
I don't think the Broncos defense is as good as Houston's.
They're not, but C.J. Stroud ain't better than Bo Nix.
No, I agree. I would rather see.
You want to see New England and Buffalo?
I want to see New England and Houston.
They play this week. I'm talking about for the AFC Championship.
Yeah, no, I know. I talked about like what game has my most.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I say New England? I meant Buffalo and Houston.
But we already saw that during the regular season. They beat the brakes out of Josh Allen.
But this game will be in Buffalo, will it not? Or will this game be in Houston? This game will be in Buffalo.
Yeah, they both know. It's tough. They got the same record.
The game will be in Houston?
They got the same record.
Are they the 5?
Buffalo is the lowest seed left.
Oh, Houston's the 5, Buffalo's the 6.
So it'll be in Houston.
Okay, so the game would be in Houston. I'd rather see that game. I want to see Josh Allen against that defense again.
But the historical, to go to the Super Bowl, you got to go against your division team that y'all both split, and it's going to create further hatred for the rivalry within the division is something too.
No, I would rather.
That's like Baltimore and Pittsburgh playing, and the winner goes to the Super Bowl.
So you want to see what? I don't know what you want to say.
I'm saying I'm just presenting the case. I think it's super interesting if New England has to go against their own divisional rival
against Buffalo
and the Patriots. Right? But I also think that Buffalo versus Josh Allen Superman got to go through the team that beat the living breaks out of his ass during the regular season. Remember how he was running for his life? And they was chasing him, and they sacked him. He lost like 20 yards running.
It makes me think, certainly overall in the second half they did. But the team that I saw in Houston in Week 18, that defense took the day off. Because, against the Colts in the first half.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even
But when you play against people in your division, they're better prepared for you.
But the game didn't mean a whole lot to them.
Right. Just to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, or would you rather see Denver, Sean Payton showing you that he that guy against New England?
Right now,
it'd be a defense, or you want to see because all year the best two defenses that we thought, and I know we threw Jacksonville in at the end, was the Texans and the Broncos.
But I want to see this defense, the way it played last night, on display as long as I can. Because that has the look of a special defense.
I think you forgot how Denver looked too, man. Benito, Josh Allen, both all pros. Patrick Surtain is the best cornerback left in his game. Like,
if I gave you a choice, you have to go to war with Denver or Houston right now. Would you pick Denver because Knicks will not turn it over the way that Stroud was last night?
Correct. I think in a close game, I expect Knicks to make something happen with his legs.
Like D'Amico Ryan's a couple times on that side, and I look like he just
was looking like, come on. I mean, CJ Stroud is like Charlie Batch. He's one of the most unathletic black guys I've ever seen. He's too young and got too much melon to be that damn immobile.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today. Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producer Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Winner of more audience awards than any film this year, Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience. And now it's the Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Hamnet is the best picture of the year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts mean more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Do you like Seattle at home after the bye? Maybe you like Denver at home to continue winning. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker and weaker. The same thing happened to me when I turned 40. Men over 40 lose more than just their golf game. Energy, strength, stamina, it all goes downhill. I got Nugenix Total T2 and started feeling like my old self in no time.
America's most trusted testosterone-boosting brand is back. Nugenix Total T2. Crafted with a unique new formula that combines the ultimate free and total testosterone booster with a powerful nitric oxide booster that works in just 3 hours. Feel like a new man, leaner, stronger, with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle today by texting BACK to 369-369 now.
All right, let's test this out. Wow, that's on the green, man. Looks like I got my drive back.
Text BACK to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll even throw in a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The Giants need a stable leader in the organization, and that is usually the head coach. We got to stop making Joe Shane out to be the leader of the organization. He is not. You still have to find somebody that will be the face of the franchise when it comes to the head coach at the podium every day talking. I think you got to bring an experienced guy.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
My headphones are too damn short. The cord on them is too damn short.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot, Crazy.
No, I know. I didn't catch it at first because my headphones cord is too short and I can't hear a damn thing. It keeps popping out. But if I put the extension on, it's too long and it gets tangled up in my chair. And then I got problems trying to untangle it for a half an hour.
Just drop your seat.
I'm not dropping my seat.
If you drop your seat, then you have less slack. You sitting up too high, you move anywhere, you drop it down.
My fat ass is dropping the seat enough anyway.
You sitting here being...
I might as well be sitting on the floor.
Here comes the judge sitting all high and stuff.
I'm not sitting all high. What are you high? Come on. Look at me. Do I look like I'm sitting up way higher than you?
Judge, what's his name? Judge Wapner. Everybody out there like, who's that? They started and began with his wife, Judge Judy.
Hey, well, yeah, I know. She's, yeah.
Yo, you know how much money she make a year?
Oh, I can't even
It's
imagine.
like $28 million a year.
I'm
She
sure.
owns that show.
There is a ton of money in that syndication, man. There is a ton of money in that.
$28 million a show.
How many, like, is that's got to be like a scenario where, like a game show, where you tape a bunch of them all at once?
Oh, of course.
Like
of
you
course.
tape all, like
when I
4
did,
months worth in 2 weeks.
When I did Family Feud, I think he was shooting 5 shows that day. I mean, you only shoot 30.
Yeah. Like he goes in there,
For
does
what?
2 weeks worth of work, and then, boom, he's done for 2 months.
Yep.
That's amazing. Think about that. 5 shows a day. Let's say you do it 4 days a week, so that's 20 shows.
The shows only take they only
like
half
2
an hour.
weeks, it's 40 shows. I mean, that's like
They only
that's
half
2
an hour
months worth.
They only half an hour shows.
No, I
so
know.
it's only 15 minutes of real filming.
No, I understand, and that's the point. It's like, think about all that money that Steve Harvey makes, works 4 days a week for 2 straight weeks. That knocks out 2 months of shows.
Crazy work.
Damn.
Y'all couldn't wait to do that.
I forgot about it, to tell you the truth. I completely blanked on it. But
See,
now
but
I'm
what
glad
they
that
failed to-
Bubaka brought that back.
What they failed to say is who won the show for everybody.
You did. You came up in the clutch and delivered. I forget what the answer was that you came up with.
All of them. on the final one.
Well, except for that last
Yeah,
one.
I wanted to get us to it, and then I took it home. I got us to overtime. Then when I got us to overtime, I hit the game-winning shot.
What was it again? Play it again.
What?
What was that? Heads? What was that from?
Something you get a nod in.
Oh, that's
Part of the
right.
body.
Something you get a nod in.
Yeah, your head. Just ask the last dude you punched in the face.
We should play the whole thing back at some point again. Just because I will never tire of you on Family Feud. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And I won it.
Bart, I got one answer left. Let me tell you something. If you give me this answer, it's over. It's a wrap. Your team wins this game. If you live next to a farm, name a specific noise you might complain about.
I'm going to go with a cow, Steve.
A cow! Mooing a cow!
Got that music!
My mom was so proud.
He hits that music, man. You know you did it. And I got to tell you, I remember watching it for the first time that it aired, yelling at the TV, "Moo! Moo! Damn it! Moo!"
And listen, we had to clear the board. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like, we were like stealing. We had to get all of them up there because they could steal.
Right. No. It wasn't
It's harder to get all of them.
Yes, it wasn't I need one answer. It's I need all of them. Absolutely. And you did clear the board. And I couldn't believe anybody didn't say moo, but I'm so proud of you that you did. It was so great.
Yeah, I'm
so
saying?
great. Let's hit a little audio files, my friends. Let's get to it. Bart and Carlin at 11:30 or ish, and that means audio files.
Audio file.
A couple of other ones from Mel Kiper this morning. What would you advise Dante Moore to do? He was on with DNR this morning. Jets, of course, have the second pick. This is Mel.
This is why it's very difficult. I think myself, you need to go back. But if he doesn't and he comes out, then everybody's going to be sitting there. Certainly after the second pick, you get into the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th pick range. There are going to be teams screaming to move up and get this guy. So again, that's why the Jets sitting at 2 will have to figure all that out and then reconcile it and obviously meet with Dante, go through the process up until April 23rd with Dante, and to see if they want to go that route.
It feels like between now and then, the Jets can't win. Because, Bart, there are going to be so many people that say, well, if you take him, you got to be able to sit him, and he can't play for a while, but then you get into the season and things are going badly. Well, let's see what the kid can do. And then you get into all those discussions.
The whole Jackson Dart stuff?
But with a lot less experience.
Well, Russell Wilson, I'm sure, is still available.
I'm sure he will be, too.
You can sign Russ. But listen, man, if you go get the kid,
Russ over on Fox.
If you get the kid, go get Jacoby Brissett, and you're all good. Stop it.
There are, but the point for me is with the Jets, there's going to be so much hand-wringing between now and the draft about what they should do. And the truth is, no matter what you do, you're taking a risk and you're taking a plunge, and that's what you have to be prepared to do. We'll get more into that discussion here in a little bit. Here is Mel a little bit more on what Dante Moore needs to do in terms of developing.
You can't throw him, as I said, to the Wolves. He'll be 21 May 24th. So when you draft him, he'll still be 20. When he takes the field, he'll be 21, but it just turned 21. Fernando Mendoza in October, once the season gets underway, will turn 23. That 2-year difference is huge, guys. That's experience, which is the best teacher. Fernando showed he benefited from that experience. He went from 41 sacks at Cal in 2024 to 18 sacks regular season in Indiana this year. Signetti said it. Fernando needed to work on some things, clean up some things, get better at some things. But it wasn't going to be in the NFL. It was going to be at Indiana. okay, against AOGs and other occupation guys, not the best in the world. So he did that at Indiana. What if Fernando would have came into the NFL after that year at Cal? Nobody would have been super excited about Fernando Mendoza, but look what he did. So again, Burrow going into his final year at LSU was a 5th-round pick. Jaden Daniels was a 4th-round pick going into his final year at LSU. They worked on things, they cleaned things up, and they became high picks. Dante has the talent to be the number 1 pick overall. But if he does come out, which I think would be a mistake, but if he does, it's his decision, then the Jets will have to decide.
You know, that's interesting. Mel, it's very rare that Mel would say that he thinks coming out would be a mistake. When you know you're going to be a top 5 pick. It is rare that Mel would say that.
Yeah, he hates the Jets too.
No, he does not hate the Jets.
Yeah, he does. He's a Ravens fan, AFC.
Why is it that anybody who says in a case like this with that, it's you hate the Jets? Like, why is everybody anti-Jets if they say anything that's even remotely can be construed as a knock on the Jets? Well, they just hate the Jets.
That is true.
That sounds like you're starting to conform to society's thoughts, Bart. Thanks. Anybody says anything against you, well, they just hate me. That's all there is to it.
They hate the Jets.
How about D'Amico Ryans from last night on his team's dominance against the Steelers?
Yeah, it was an outstanding defensive performance, one of the best that I've seen, especially versus a really talented offense, a talented quarterback who's played at a high level for a long time. So I'm proud of our defensive performance. I think this is the best performance we've had in our team history, so I'm proud of our guys for that.
That was a beatdown.
Yeah. It's funny.
Let's call what that was.
It's funny that the head coach. It's funny that the head coach has sacked the quarterback that he was coaching against yesterday.
Exactly.
Like, damn, Aaron, it's time to go, man.
It is over. It is over.
And D'Amico's only 41 years old. He's one of those young prodigies.
Where is the Mike Tomlin on his future? Do we not have that? Let's get that. But in the meantime, here's Dan Graziano on Unsportsmanlike this morning on Tomlin and why he is still worth being the Steelers coach.
He gets the most out of what he's got. He has not had Super Bowl caliber rosters the last few years. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you still believe your team plays elite defense, I got news for you. You saw an elite defense last night, and it wasn't yours. I think everybody has to step back and realize what we're doing here. They patched it together as well as they could. They're trading for Jalen Ramsey right before the season. They're signing Adam Thielen in December. Like, their whole thing is like, how do we win this week's game? And that attitude doesn't necessarily lend itself to building a team that's going to have success in January. It can, but they don't have that roster talent. So, yes, I think to whatever extent Mike Tomlin's involved in picking the players, I think you can criticize him for that. In terms of the coaching of the team, getting the absolute most out of the players and the roster you have, I still don't think there's anybody better. I just don't think he's had very good rosters lately.
The problem is, even if that's the case...
Yeah, blame yourself.
Yeah, he's the guy that's been in charge of that.
Started with Kenny Pickett.
That's where this went wrong. When you took Kenny Pickett...
Not preparing for Ben's departure.
Yep. And they frankly, they held on to Ben too long.
Yep.
They held on to him because he shouldn't have been playing that last year or so. He shouldn't have been. Here is Tomlin asked about his future after the game and why this is particularly interesting.
I'm not even in that mindset as I sit here tonight. I'm more in the mindset of what transpired in this stadium and, certainly what we did and didn't do. Not a big picture mentality as I sit here tonight.
Now, if you remember two years ago, so 2 years ago or last year, Brooke Pryor, who covers the Steelers for ESPN NFL Nation, asked Mike when his contract was expiring about that. Remember, his contract was up, and she started to ask him, and he just walked off. I think that was the loss to the Bills last year. And he didn't even bother with an answer, just walked off. Now, he apologized for that a day or two later, but the fact that he even answered it this time, it doesn't tell me he's leaving. But, Bart, I'm telling you,
he could want to leave.
I feel like he wants to go. I feel like he's had enough.
Like, I'm tired. They don't appreciate what I bring to the table. Let somebody else do it.
I don't even know if it's that. I think the last week
he got an old aging roster. It's gonna be hard to replace. Hayward, you've paid. I feel like you got a A-Rod contract with T.J. Watt. You paid him, and now you stuck with him last year. Now you stuck with him for 5 years. You can't get out of that deal. Well, Pittsburgh only puts guaranteed money in his first 2 or 3 years. So the guaranteed money be done, but still.
But with how much John Harbaugh has gotten courted already over the last week. If I were Mike Tomlin, I'd be like, you know what? I wouldn't mind being a free agent.
But also with seeing what Baltimore did, would Pittsburgh say, you know what? Baltimore did, and we respect them. Maybe it's time for us to move on and get our third coach.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page at 800-919-3776. Our question of the day has been this. If you were the Jets, would you rather have gone through a year, at this point looking back, where you kept Aaron Rodgers and thus Davante Adams as well, and you had a season that was a 7, 8, 9 win type of year, or would you rather and still have to find a quarterback for the future, or would you rather be in this position where you made the trades, you added all those picks, and you have all the assets now? You still need that quarterback, but you got embarrassed along the way. 800-919-3776. Lines are open. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
Show your team spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York. This is the Michael Kay Show.
The Yankees value players. This is what he's worth. This is how many years are willing to go. And if there's another team that wants to spend that money or go the extra year, I think the Yankees are fine with it. I really do. I don't think they'll have egg on their face because they've been burned before. Year 5 and 6 for DJ LeMahieu ended up being really bad years. They're paying him $15 million this year not to play.
The Michael Kay Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This like some post. You know Big Daddy Kane? You don't know Big Daddy Kane, Big Boombox, do you?
I know who Big Daddy Kane is.
Well, you know, I didn't realize he's 57 years old. And I think
one of the best videos I've ever seen. I work. I get the job done.
I work.
Yeah.
Baby.
Great video.
He said he's retiring the dance that he always did. You know, but you don't know. When he steps up over the dude's head, do the splits, get back up. He did it.
Probably can't do it anymore at 57.
No, he did it for the last time. He said he's going to do it for the last time. Because he tours. He's active out there.
Right.
So he did it, and then he ran. He was like, run it back. I'm going to do it again. And he did it again. No, because he had lost a lot of weight. He had got big. So when he was doing it before, it probably was a work hazard. The dude that volunteers to put his head up, put his hand down, he step on his hand, and he kick over his head, and then do the split.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, bro, I need some workman cop. Goddamn vertebrae hurt, but he lost a lot of weight.
It looks like me doing it.
Yeah, but no, he's like, that was like 2 years ago. He had that COVID weight. He's about 3 bills because it looked like he tall. But yeah, he finally retired. He finally retired to dance, man. Last week, his last con, he said, y'all will never see this dance. Get your cameras out. You'll never see the dance again.
Let's hit it. 800-919-3776. By the way, Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 6:30, the St. John's Red Storm host a Marquette at Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins 6:10 right here on ESPN New York. And at 8, the Islanders are in Winnipeg to play the Jets. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We've had a lot of people chiming in on the topic today, one of the topics today, which has been, would you rather have gone through the season that you did with the Jets and now sit here with 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, or have kept Aaron Rodgers, still need a quarterback, but at least have had a season that would have gotten you to 7, 8, 9 wins? 800-919-3776. A lot of people responding to it, but Justin in Floral Park has been very patient waiting on ESPN New York. Justin, what's up?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Good. Sorry for you were waiting for so long, but I appreciate you hanging in.
I know there's no love for the Buffalo Bills on this radio station, but it's all right.
It's because we're not in Buffalo.
I don't mind Buffalo. I wish if we go root for them, I wish they'd finally win
something.
something.
Last year with the Raven game. My son's a Raven fan, as you know.
Yeah.
Me and you went at it, but listen, I love you.
It's all love, but tell me this, Justin. Do you, if Josh Allen falls short, how are you looking at McDermott? Do you think they should move on?
If they lost this week, yes. Now, Denver's not an easy place to play. Are they the better team? Yes, but Denver's a very good defense. So here's my thing. Everyone keeps talking about the quarterbacks. Please stop talking about the quarterbacks he's facing. He's facing top 5 defenses from here on out if he goes to the Super Bowl.
Listen,
okay?
if he goes on the road,
you're facing Denver,
hang on,
Texans,
Justin,
and then you might face Seattle.
Justin,
So
if he goes, if he goes on the road and beats these two teams, that is going to be damn impressive.
Should have lost to Jacksonville.
I agree. Yeah, Jacksonville's no slouch either.
No, I agree. But these two defenses in particular, that is a brutal road for the Bills to have to.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I know,
that's why everyone, but this is why the media keeps talking about the quarterbacks he's facing. He's not facing the quarterbacks.
No, it has nothing to do with that. If people are downplaying what he has to deal with because of the quarterbacks on the other team, they're not being fair. That's not about the quarterbacks. You're right. It's 100% about playing against really good defenses. Really good defense.
But he's played against great defense. He's played against Spagnuolo all those years, right? He should be prepared for it. At the end of the day, he's going against babies.
You think they're getting to the Super Bowl?
Nah.
Who do you think's going right now?
If he loses, he's going to lose to a third-year quarterback, a second-year quarterback, or a second-year quarterback.
But he's also
the MVP.
But he's also going against top 3 defenses in the league. 3 of them in a row on the road.
I don't care about that.
Wow.
I don't care about that.
It doesn't have anything to do with those quarterbacks. Those quarterbacks, listen, they're not that great, but that's not like an easy path. He has to face those defenses and try to do damage on the road against them. Jacksonville's one thing, but Denver and then Houston, oof.
Jacksonville went to Denver and beat the brakes off of them.
No, but I'm talking about playing in Jacksonville like it's so tough to play in Jacksonville. It's not that tough.
Yeah, it actually felt good. It was warm, toasty.
Let's hit Marco, North Carolina, up next. ESPN New York. Marco, what's up, baby?
Chef, Matt Becker, how you doing?
What up?
So 2 quick points. I want to turn around your point, Chris. I think that you are wishing that Rodgers was still with New York so you don't have to endure it in Pittsburgh.
No, I promise I'm being as objective as I can about it. That one has nothing to do with the other.
The only person you hate more than Aaron Rodgers is Ben Roethlisberger.
That's not true.
That's true. But if he was coming back to the
he's not the only person I hate more than Rodgers. Go ahead.
If he was coming back to the Jets, it means that probably you would have Justin Fields as a quarterback.
Right, and they wouldn't have been any better. My big thing is they just weren't that good to begin with, and they thought they were going all in.
But and Bart, I mean, if Rodgers was coming back, what was the chances that Wilson would have stayed because he had already beef and he had already leaked out that he wanted to get traded because he had problem with having Adams in here. My second point.
He had no choice. He would have had no choice.
Unfortunately, Marco, I didn't have time for your second point. I had to go to break.
He wouldn't have had no choice. They owned Garrett Wilson's right for 2 years, and he would have figured out how to work it out. I mean, I think that was just posturing. They would have paid him. He would have shut up anyway.
Hit the comment section on YouTube. We're going to get into a couple of those here very shortly, including Don Pablo, who says, Carlin's looking slimmer for sure. Keep doing what you're doing, big man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wear blue every day.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their 3rd win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot at an upset if you want to, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I'm leaning towards the Seahawks right now, so you can apply your profit boost and go after an even bigger payout while the playoffs keep rolling. Visit FanDuel.com/local, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. 21 and over and physically present in New York, option required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
That's right, 12:02. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Noon means what, Bartholomew Anthony Scott?
It's the power hour. 8 for Rodgers. R.I.P., baby. It's been real.
Is Bartholomew your full name or no?
It was. I wasn't born Bartholomew.
What were you born? Just Bart?
Then I've added Bartholomew to my name probably.
Really?
Yeah, I added it maybe.
Why'd you decide to add it to your name?
Because I named my son Bartholomew.
Oh, okay.
And then my dad's name is Bartholomew.
So you call your son Deuce? or no, Trace?
I call him Trigger. No. I guess it would be. He's a BJ. It's weird. No, he's not. Yeah, he's got the same name as me, so I guess technically I called him Junior.
That's true. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
it's I'm not the brightest bulb in the tree.
B Jizzle, but you don't have kids, so you're not trained to think like that.
No, absolutely not.
You're trained to be selfish.
As I
said. Singular. See, Junior would suggest that it's 2. You're like, nah. It's just me, Roscoe Jenkins, team and me, baby.
Oh, I would never name a kid after me because I don't want to put that on a kid.
Carlin Jr.?
No, just like
yeah, my son.
What do you want to follow this?
My son do have to go to like. What's your name? Bartholomew Scott. Your name's Bart Scott. Is Bart? Yeah. He hates it, man. Oh, he hates it.
He hates being Bart Jr.?
Yeah. Listen, my dad made me carry his name. I'll make you carry mine, son.
Yeah, no, this is
that's why your firstborn has it the hardest. Because he has to carry like the legacy. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the young one can be whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, I reiterate my previous stance on this whole situation, and it's simply this. Children ruin your life.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm good.
Unless they become me and they take care of you.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that we are
Could you imagine being
starting to
Shaq,
reach,
mama?
Well, but we are reaching the point. Yes, I get that. You're right. If they become you and they take care of you financially, then okay. But
best investment ever.
At the same time, my wife and I have reached the point of having the discussion of, well, who is going to take care of us anyway?
Nobody, a stranger.
Exactly.
Stranger going to be like kicking you and they like, scoot over. Put your butt up. When you say you got to change the diaper. Not me.
I really hope I never reached that point.
I know my boys would never do it. That's why I'm glad I had a daughter.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. And on the ESPN New York YouTube page, we have spent a lot of the day discussing not just the Rodgers situation in Pittsburgh, but how it would have played out had he stayed here in New York. And simply this, if you are a Jet fan, would you have rather been in the situation of keeping Rodgers? Let's say you won 7 to 8 games to 9 games this year with Davante Adams, but you still at the end of the year needed a quarterback for the future. You still found yourself in this position. Or would you rather be in the position that you're in with 5 first-round picks the next 2 years, but you had to suffer through what was an embarrassing year? And for me, and I think you feel the same way, there is no way I want to continue to go through years like this.
Because it's an unknown. It's an unknown that we know that whatever they do with those picks are going to work out. I could have kept going. I just named 5 quick ones off the top of my head. I could have kept going.
Of all the 5 picks, of all the picks that haven't worked over the years.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I stopped at Quentin Coples, but I could have kept going.
Yep.
I could have went Vernon Golson, who's my guy. I could have kept going, man. It's first-round draft picks. I got them for days.
Well, this is the point. You would have rather have lived through a season that at least gave you some belief in something, whereas you would have just been continuing around hope. And hope is that.
Hope and wish.
Hope is exactly. Hope and wish, let's just call it what they suck. And that when you have been living in that for 15 years, it sucks. And you don't want to continue to live in that.
Because the best case scenario, if this kid is good, it's going to be 2 years. So that means your team's still going to be bad, but they're going to be getting better.
A couple of other things, though, that I wanted to bring up and also put on the table for you at 800-919-3776. Number one, the Giants. And if Mike Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh, which personally, after last night, I don't think the Steelers are not firing Mike Tomlin, but I don't think Mike Tomlin's coming back. I think there's a good chance that he leaves. I just think he has hit a time where it feels like it would be a good time to leave because they're going to have to hit the reset button. They're going to move on from Rodgers. They're going to have to find a quarterback, and that team is nowhere near one that is ready to contend. And if they think that it is, they are simply fooling themselves. So it feels like the right time for that team to kind of move on themselves, but really more for Tomlin because he's not going to be able to win in any kind of a short order.
He can't.
But when you couple that with how John Harbaugh has been treated so far this offseason after he got fired, why wouldn't you think about going somewhere else?
Who wouldn't want to get fired and get a raise?
Yeah.
And be celebrated. Like, they don't celebrate him. They don't appreciate it. So let them miss you when you're gone. So now when he goes to the next place, oh, my God, you're the savior. They love you. Honeymoon phase. They ain't looking at you like, ugh, I'm back home.
Well, but that has you with the Giants now. For me, if you don't come out of this with Harbaugh, Tomlin, or Mike McCarthy.
They'll get Cliff Kingsbury.
If you don't come out of this with Harbaugh, Tomlin, or Mike McCarthy, this offseason is a failure. And it's simply because you need somebody who's going to reestablish a culture and reestablish an organization that is in desperate need of respect. And right now, they do not have it. And those three guys are the three guys that are out there. Think about this. How often is it that you have two of them available, let alone the possibility of three? Like, that's an embarrassment of riches in the offseason on the market when you're looking for a head coach. Like, they always talk about the years where you don't want to be looking for a head coach. This is a year you want to be looking for a head coach.
If you weren't looking for one.
Maybe you are now.
Yeah. Like,
Like, if you're Tampa Bay.
Let's put out a filler. You want to come?
If Mike Tomlin decided that he wanted to bail on Pittsburgh, if you're Tampa Bay, would you rethink the Todd Bowles situation?
If Mike Tomlin said, hey, man, I'm teaming up with Mike McDaniel. Ty, can you come to my office, please? Yeah. This ain't going to work out. Get the hell out of here. We're making your stuff.
Well, there's that. Kevin Stefanski was interviewing today for the Dolphins head coaching job.
Ooh. They're going to do Calvin Shepard, too. Defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
You know, people thought that maybe he would get the LSU job for a second, too. But he did a good job in Detroit.
Well, right now, the guy that I cannot see a scenario where you feel good about getting Kevin Stefanski off of what this potential market could be. I am not going to be shocked if by the end of the day we get the Adam Schefter tweet that Mike Tomlin is leaving Pittsburgh. I am not going to be shocked if that happens. And it's not because of them, it's because of him. Then there is this. If you don't land that level of coach, would you be incredibly disappointed considering what's available? I think you have to be if you're a Giant fan. And then lastly, it's the Jets and the draft pick. Sitting at number 2 with where you have Dante Moore as a real option at number 2, the Jets are really in a no-win situation because you have people like me that will sit there and yell that if you pick Dante Moore, you cannot play him right away because he's got less than 20 starts in college and he's only 20 years old and you've been here before with Sam Darnold and all that. So you better be damn sure that he's your guy for the future and you better have somebody in place to play in the short term. But then you have the other guys who say, well, if you're not damn sure, you cannot waste a second overall pick on somebody like that. I feel like the Jets are damned if they do and damned if they don't here moving forward.
Feels like a Zach Wilson type of thing. But Zach Wilson was playing against bums, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't really play. Second overall pick, didn't have a lot of starts, was young, was small, undersized, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, Zach Wilson struggled on the road at Coastal Carolina.
I mean,
think about what I just said.
That was a hell of a class Coastal Carolina had. Was Isaiah Likely there?
I don't know. He might have been.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how long Isaiah Likely's been in the league now.
Like 4 years.
Yeah, he might have been there.
That invisible juice.
He might have been the only one, though.
Because he's a free agent, remember? So 4 years.
Did I miss it? And the rest of the Coastal Carolina class was...
A lot of people didn't really realize how good that class was.
Yeah, it's one player. But point is, if you're the Jets, I almost feel like you can't win right now. I mean, in the public opinion.
No, I wish we had the drop.
What?
You can't win. Maybe I can't win.
Do you feel like we're a little drop heavy at times?
No, not at all. Not even close. Not even close.
I don't know.
We might only drop 5 times a show.
It's not Boombaka. Joe Leo we have to talk to about his drop usage because there are times Joe Leo will use a drop. Doesn't really fit. You know? We don't use them as like you and Alan used them, I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm anti-drop. It's just I want to make sure that we're using them in the right context and not just jamming them down your throat.
Anytime you can make somebody laugh, drop the drop.
I agree. There's just not every time you play a drop, you're making somebody laugh.
I'm making myself laugh. There we go. I'm making myself laugh.
Here you go.
$1,000. $3,000. $10,000. $20,000. $50,000. Cash.
That's how bad we want it.
So a drop from White Chicks. That is what absolutely did it.
Oh, speaking of white chicks, there's Michael. What up, Mike?
Michael K is here. He will be here at 1 o'clock and in person with us. So we're excited for that.
It's always a gift when we can see the smile of Michael K.
It is true.
Look at that chiseled jawline.
It is chiseled. Jawline is chiseled. I think it's the off-season weight loss early in the off-season. You lost, what, 30? Something like that? 40? 40 pounds?
That's a chin of distinction.
Where was it? Did you lose it all in your ass?
No, he's tall. He's tall, too.
I know he's tall. But his chin is very chiseled right now, for sure. 800-919-3776. Dave is in Westchester on ESPN New York. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, you guys are great together. Just wanted to ask Bart something or disagree with him for probably the first time ever. I think the Jets are better off with where they are now because even if they had Vontae Adams and they had, Rodgers and all that other kind of stuff, and say they won 8 games, okay, but they just missed out on the playoffs. Like, the idea is to win the Super Bowl sometime, some year. These picks, nobody knows if the pick's going to be good or if they're going to be bad. Nobody knows. I understand that. But all these teams love these picks. These picks that they have now, they could trade them for – they don't have to trade them for a quarterback. They could trade them for some incredible, linebacker, pass rusher, offensive line, whatever you think they need, they can do that with them. And then they can
What they need first and foremost is a quarterback. Let's be clear about that.
I understand. I want to ask Bart one question.
Sure.
Here's a simple question. Now I'll get off. If your strong safety is your leading tackler, okay, two years in a row, leads every single game in tackling but one, would you say you had a good defense or a bad defense?
Depends on the defense.
Back in the 80s.
If that's Troy Polamalu, Ronnie Lott, Ed
No,
Reed.
No. I'm going way before you. I'm 63. I'm going back in the 80s.
What, Jack Tatum?
When the Jets went to the AFC Championship game they went to with Richard Todd. But the strong safety led them in tackles. You can ask Marty Lyons. The strong safety led them in tackles 2 years in a row.
But listen, back in the day, that was a place where it was 2 yards in a cloud of dust. So it was a lot more running. So, like, your free safety or your strong safety coming down into the box is basically an inside linebacker basically coming down. He should get a lot of tackles because he's the free guy. Because when you come from low to high, from high to low, you're not counted in the box as far as somebody to block for you. So the person that's accounted to block for you, that they have for you, because you're the free player, is from the receiver part. They got to go get a receiver to come get you. And so if that's the case, you're going to be a free hitter. So everybody else is basically taking on blocks for you to be the scrape hitter. So back in the day, especially Ronnie Lott was an in-the-box type of guy all the time. Benny Blades, Al Blades, you know what I mean? Back in the day, they would lead your team in tackles because they were the unblocked player, and they're 8 yards off the ball.
Boxing is back at Madison Square Garden Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez.
Terafimo.
This says Teofimo.
Don't worry about it. Terafimo. That's how we say it in the hood, and that's how we say it in the boxing world. Terafimo Lopez.
Against Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, Shakur Stevenson.
I would like to point out that you were calling him Shador yesterday.
No, Shakur.
You called him Shador like 3 times.
Shakur, man.
All right, well.
Like Tupac Shakur.
What does that say? It says Teofimo.
I think he's named after Tupac.
Shakur. I would think so.
Yeah.
No, I got that. It took me a second.
Keep your head
but look at that. It says Teofimo, doesn't it?
Man.
That's wrong.
We call him
Terafimo.
Yeah, Teofimo. See, now you got me saying it wrong. Teofimo. He could be obnoxious at times.
Well, power meets precision on boxing's biggest stage. ESPN New York has got your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile and submit your entry. It's brought to you by Madison Square Garden. This is one fight you do not want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and catch every round live on DAZN. Let's hit James in Westchester next on ESPN New York. James, what's going on, bud? How are you?
Hey, what's up, boys? Before I play the what-if game with Bart, I just want to say how happy I am that Aaron Rodgers' last pass in the NFL will be a pick six, a loss in the playoffs, and he can take his 10-10 playoffs record with him to retirement. But Bart, in your what-if game, think about this. Aaron wasn't going to make a decision until June. That means the Jets would have been hijacked, not knowing what the heck they should be doing at the quarterback position.
No.
On top of it, with his relationship that he already had with the front office and having a rookie head coach, the idea that Aaron somehow would not have sabotaged this whole system, to me, is beyond belief. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again. And you said that we would have 2 1,000-yard receivers.
Yes.
He played a full season in Pittsburgh, and they didn't have one. So
correct. That's because they couldn't run. That's because they couldn't run the ball.
They couldn't run the ball at all.
That's because they couldn't run the ball, and they didn't. And their number 2 wide receiver, we don't know who that is. Is it Austin? Hell, he was playing with three tight ends. He was throwing to an offensive tackle in Washington half the time for a gain of 5 yards.
Because he doesn't want to get hit.
No.
Seconds, which basically means there's no time to get down the field, Bart.
James, how many Pittsburgh games did you watch this year? Because I saw probably every one. Like that wasn't a problem. Aaron Rodgers, he wasn't afraid to hold the ball. He couldn't get anybody open. No separation.
Here's what would have been interesting. Aside from what they would have been on the field, could you have convinced him? Like the Steelers as an organization had the cachet with Rodgers to say, hey, you're coming here, you're not doing McAfee every week.
Right.
We're not doing all that stuff. Could the Jets have convinced him to stay out of all that other stuff?
Well, that would have been part of the parameters. That would have been part of the negotiation. Hey, man, listen, we want you here, but, man, you talk about leaks and stuff like that. We can't have you speaking on behalf of the team every week. We need to cut that out. We need to be silent.
Yeah.
And
do you think he would have done it?
I believe so. Because I think he wanted to, especially Devontae Adams couldn't go anywhere because he was under contract because they traded for him. So he couldn't go anywhere. So he wouldn't want to do that to Devontae and do everything like that. I think it would have been another year. I think if he could have been like Jared Goff, it would have been a lot of that. Instead of Ross St. Brown running across, that would have been Garrett Wilson because Devontae would have been stretching the field vertically.
Other problem with Garrett was that he had a big enough issue with Rodgers being so locked in on Adams before.
That's fine. He can say that all he wants. But at the end of the day, he had 1,000 yards receiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about? Like, why you so locked in on him?
A.J. Brown has a problem.
I get it.
Receivers have problems.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got 1,000. Oh, man, you don't throw me the ball enough. How many yards you got? 1,000. Well, how many more you want? 200 more? 300 more? Okay. We can make that happen. I can make you go from that many, and especially now, because Tyron Smith couldn't play dead last year. Now we got Fashanu starting from the beginning. And guess what? We got a right tackle, too. So go ahead and run down a little farther. Go a little farther.
What's cute is that you're acting like receivers respond to rational behavior. They don't.
He wouldn't have to respond, but if he would have had 1,200 yards, he would have shut up.
Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. And
how many he had this year? 395 and led the team.
399 and led the team because he was hurt.
And your quarterback was throwing you death balls.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't see that safety, but you do.
I am sure that there was a time at some point this year where Garrett Wilson said, maybe it wasn't that bad.
Right. He's like, this is my boy, but damn, he didn't regress since college.
I want to get a little bit more of Rodgers that we did not hear earlier. Thankful to have played for 2 great franchises.
I was fortunate to play in an incredible football city for 18 years. And I never took it for granted. I enjoyed that time there. And this has been a really beautiful back end to that first 18, to be able to be here for a year. This is a special place. You got tradition, got excellence, got all-time greats. Even just looking around the stadium tonight just to see the fans, there wasn't a big splattering of Texans fans. And there's a lot to be said for that. There's only a few really special places in the league that have the tradition and the town and the organization. And I'm thankful to have played for 2 of them.
It's a playoff. It's the playoffs. Like if the Jets were hosting, I don't remember we never hosted. Never mind. Take that back. Much success, but never hosted.
I think if the Jets were hosting a playoff game, you'd have a lot of Jet fans that were not selling tickets.
Correct. Them on. Way to back me up.
It would feel like.
But the thing is, even in our first 2 years, I don't remember seeing a lot of other opposing fans in our stadium.
No, when the Jets are good, the fans show up. When the Jets are good, the fans will show up. I think the problem came later when they had the PSLs and then fans are trying to make more money. What are we pointing at?
Erdahl.
Oh, Jamie Erdahl. Okay.
Chillax.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. After a blowout loss to the Texans, could Mike Tomlin become a head coach option for the Giants?
I don't see him leaving Pittsburgh today to go coach the New York Giants or the Miami Dolphins or whatever. I don't see that as an option.
And who do you think has the best chance at winning the Super Bowl after Wild Card Weekend? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives. Just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producer Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Winner of more audience awards than any film this year, Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience. And now it's the Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Hamnet is the best picture of the year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and everyday 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
So this is interesting. Less than an hour ago from Ian O'Connor, bringing up this point about Chris Mara on Twitter. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, John Mara's brother Chris left the Giants to run a scouting service and be an Arena League GM to prepare to be the Giants GM. Ernie, of course, he retired, and John did not give Chris the job because Tisch balked. Chris was devastated. John hired Jerry Reese. 19 years later, Chris is back in the spotlight. So that was 2007. Remember Jerry Reese's first years when they went to the Super Bowl and had all those draft picks that actually hit that year, but it was really Ernie Accorsi's team at that point.
Such a conspiracy theorist.
No, what I think is interesting with what happens here with Chris Mara is exactly, is he going to be now in a position in the next few years where if John has to take a step back because of health or whatever happens, where Chris is now going to be running the organization because he was the one that went down to meet with John Harbaugh in Baltimore over the weekend.
Well, shouldn't it be Tisch that's saying, I'm stepping up? I've been in the shadows. I'll be damned if I let you run this organization into the ground. We know how we've all had younger brothers who feel entitled and believe that they haven't got their fair shake to do things the way they want to do. You saw how Woody Johnson tried to put Chris in the chokehold as soon as he came back. Let me erase everything you did. You know what I'm saying? Why'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Tisch, I'm like, nah, bro. I know you ain't ready, and you ain't about to come here and act like you running stuff. If anybody should move to number 2, it should be Tisch.
Well, but Tisch doesn't seem like he wants to be.
Well, Tisch need to say one of my kids gonna run it.
Well,
how about that?
I don't think that'll happen. I mean, they've been, they were involved in the longest time. That family was involved with CBS for the longest time, Lowe's Hotels, I think, entertainment, all kinds of different businesses.
It's been a great partnership.
Yeah,
with your brother.
He's been the money guy, basically.
Yeah, right. It's been a great with your brother, but I don't trust, the black sheep of the family.
I don't know you can call Chris Mara the black sheep of the family. He's been working for the team for the longest time.
Listen, I've never heard of him. He's a black sheep. He's my black sheep.
I think he's Kate's father, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I lose the lineage sometimes. And then or maybe Rooney's father, one of the two. I'm not sure.
So it's family business. Listen, we all know like that man, when I get to do it, I'm going to do it my way. You ain't about to be running rapid around here just going crazy without unchecks and balances if I'm Tisch. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You see Tisch stepping up.
So he might be Rooney Maris.
Mike, you got a younger brother? Oh, okay.
Mr. K didn't want to be involved in the
You the only
discussion
kid?
today. He
No,
just
he didn't have to get in. I was just asking. I didn't want him to get in. I was just talking off air.
Older sister.
Older sister?
Right.
Okay.
Nicest person I've ever met.
Yeah,
completely the opposite of me.
See, but it's perfect because you're the baby boy. So, I mean, you was sport riding. I'm the youngest too, brother.
There you go.
We know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
We have more time with the parents because they leave and we stay around and we have more intimate time because it's just us. Oh, man.
Yeah, Chris Mara is Kate and Rooney Mara's father.
You were the golden child. Forget the marriage. You was a golden child. That's why you turned out so great.
You were an only child?
When you're the only, well, if
Are you listening?
No.
If he's the only boy.
I was trying to read up
My
about Chris
sister,
Merrill.
I have a sister 4 years older.
Oh, okay.
But
Because I was going to say, if you were an only child, that would explain a lot more.
But Mike, let's keep it real. When you're the only child and you're the boy, come on, man.
But you know what? My sister,
unless you hate your dad,
my
good.
sister was such an angel.
But that's good though because she broke all the barriers for you when you came in.
Were you the black sheep?
Mine was fatigued. But he the baby boy. You the golden child.
I was a good kid, but my sister is. I've never met anybody with a total absence of malice. Like she's never trying to like get one over on anybody. She's not jealous of anybody.
So you doubled up on the malice.
Oh yeah.
And
you can't believe we came from the same womb.
And you got away with it because you were the baby boy.
Right. Yeah, but I'm sneaky malice.
Oh, that's perfect.
Like I wasn't getting arrested or anything.
No, let me think about this for a second. So, like, are you one of those guys? I stood in a meeting one time after. I'll just tell you when it was. It was a full station meeting at the other place, and it was after Mike came back.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike got up and was talking to the station and basically accused Boomer and Gio of stabbing him in the back. And then Boomer goes up there and says, "I'll stab you in the front." So, would you rather stab somebody in the back or in the front? Like if you're working behind the scenes to get somebody forced out or to do something like that, or would you work very much in front of the scenes of, I want him out, and I'll tell that blankety blank I want him out?
No, I'll work behind the scenes, and then when it gets accomplished, then I'll say, by the way, that was me.
Yeah. Look at me.
You're welcome.
Look at me. I did this to you.
I did it.
Okay.
Remember when you did that to me?
Right.
Got your back.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was the
but there has to have been something that would have set you off in the beginning. In other words, in order for you to have the malice, somebody would have had to have done something to you to have the malice.
Oh, I don't create malice.
You don't create malice.
No,
you respond with malice.
I'm a delight.
I never have doubted that.
But if you try to get one over on me, or you do something behind my back, or you're trying to hurt me or anybody in my family, I mean, Jody had really bad experiences in television.
Well, yeah, I mean that was really. I've never operated on your level, so I don't know what level of cutthroat there has been that you've ever had to deal with. But I can only imagine what she had to deal with in television news.
I mean, the one of the big misnomers in our business is that women really take care of women.
Oh, yeah, right.
They are the worst to each other behind the scenes, and
because women think that it's only can be one of them,
right?
So they understand that they don't have that many opportunities, so they hold on to them. They can be vicious,
and the people played that against it. Like NBC originally hired Jody to be a threat to Katie Couric because they were kind of the same.
Well, Jody was the first person ever on MSNBC.
Yeah, and
Katie heard it won't that smoke.
The first Later Today and with Florence Henderson.
Really?
Yeah. I told Jody, I said, if I knew you then, you'd still be there.
Because we would have taken care of the problems.
Yeah, would be, because she's not confrontational, and I am.
Probably should slap a lawsuit and go back. Still statute of limitations.
I told her, Bart, why don't you write this story? Because there's some people that are thought of as the sweetest people in the world.
Yes.
She has stories. I said, just write. She said, nobody cares. I said,
yeah,
no, people would care.
People would care.
We love that type of juice.
Yeah, people would care. I mean, a book company go, yeah.
A book like that would be like, they'd be all over that.
Yeah.
That would sell incredibly well, especially now.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, she got to NBC without any connections. She grew up in West Virginia, didn't know anybody, and just worked. She was doing a morning show in Phoenix. And the Super Bowl was in Phoenix, and NBC was doing it. And so the head of NBC, his wife was watching the morning show, and she said, you got to hire this girl. And that's how Jody got to NBC.
Wow. Purely on talent.
Yeah.
See?
And
I got a title for the book.
What's that?
5 Fingers to the Face. Smack! Cold-blooded.
Will you ever write a book?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to do it.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write
and really, truly
I want you to name names. I want you to name names. I want the Diddy documentary to be to pale in the shadow of what the Michael Case
I'm going to have 50 Cent do it. But I'm going to write the book.
Yeah.
And then tell Jody, when I take my last breath, hit send.
Yeah.
So you want to be dead when it comes out?
No, Mike. You got to see how it's received and then die.
Oh, I know how it's going to be received.
He just doesn't. Do you not want to deal with the repercussions of it, or you just want to know my last gasp involved really sticking it to everybody who ever stuck it to me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a name for that book.
So then you'll go to the grave a satisfied man.
I got a name for that book too.
What's that?
You're welcome.
Oh, I've got the name. I've had this name since I was 15. K doesn't always mean strikeout.
Ooh,
nice, right?
I like that.
Now explain this to me. You're talking about Mara and Tish, and
I actually have one more point to make about this whole thing.
Go ahead.
We'll get back.
No, go ahead.
You know what I think is, and I have no evidence whatsoever. Nobody has told me anything, but you know what I'm waiting for?
What's that?
The Mike book.
You think Mike will write a book?
I do.
He's kind of
relevance.
He's
you
out
need
of
the relevance.
Yeah.
I could
he
see
should.
that. I could see that
he's got
coming.
an unbelievable career.
Yeah, there's no debating that. But he should. I'm waiting for that, just from a relevance standpoint,
right?
To get back and get the little taste of it.
And the title back after this.
I cannot. should be.
He should let Adam Sandler do a docuseries.
Who's
going to play
It could
Mike?
be back after this, or it could be, let's replay Joe Torre's interview. I'll be on the LIE.
All right, so with Mara and Tish.
Yeah.
Before they sold 10% to Julia Koch for $1 billion, they owned 50%.
Right.
And the reason they were put in that situation is because the other Mara hated Wellington so much, he would not sell him that 50, so he sold it to Tish.
Right.
And I once said to Mara, I said, how do you guys never disagree? Oh, we've never disagreed. I said, ever?
Fish pace.
How could you never disagree? If you want to do something and he doesn't want to do it, then who wins? Somebody has to own 51%. He says it's never been a problem. But then you told the story that Tish said he didn't want Chris as the GM.
That was Ian's tweet earlier about that. So I guess they did disagree at one point, or at least, hey, listen, maybe John didn't want him as the GM either.
That's too much
Could've been
power for
part
one
of it,
side,
too.
though. If the brother's the general manager and I'm half owner, you pretty much making you say that I'm running this and we're not listening to you because the general manager's going to do what he want to do.
Right.
And especially if he has the blessing of one half,
right?
You know, say, well, us two outweigh you.
Now you're a businessman. Julia Koch, $1 billion to her is like $5 falling out of my pocket. Why would she? There's no power in owning 10%.
No, people love that. Dude, that's how Steve Bisciotti started too, though. It's good to have that as part of your portfolio, but look at the returns that comes on a return like that.
Right.
Who knows where football is going to be when they expand to 18 games? Then every team may go up by another $1 billion, so that's another $200 million. You know what I'm saying?
But Woody Johnson once told me, whatever he bought the Jets for, I think it was like $970.
Yeah.
Right. And I said to him, what a great investment. He looked at me and goes, it's a terrible investment. I said, why? He goes, if I invested that, just conservatively, I'd make much more money than owning this team.
That's a lie. I put it like this: Steve Bisciotti bought the Ravens for $600 million.
Right.
He put $200 million, $400 million of his own money up. I think he borrowed $200 billion. The Ravens are worth $1.5. Like, where else in 10, 20 years can you double your $1 billion?
But don't you think these rich guys can do that?
No, if they can do it, then they would do it.
I think a lot of them have done it in different times.
$1 billion to $2 billion is different from buying a team for $600 million.
Right.
And now the Ravens, if the Giants is worth $10 billion, then the Ravens are worth 7?
7 or 8.
Yeah.
You invested. You flipped your money 10 times.
Yeah.
So and you ain't did nothing.
And listen, maybe she bought it, and again, pure speculation. I have no idea. Maybe there's something in there that she can buy the whole thing down the road.
I'm sure that if it's ever for sale, she probably has first call.
And I guarantee you she can borrow against it.
Right.
And so you pay $10 million for it. You can take the money out of it because and then invest it again.
Yeah.
And still own it.
I would like to point out that I was being completely respectful of your time and not dragging you into this conversation. That Bart
I
did
love
on
talking
his own.
to you guys.
I know you do, but you were having a quiet moment before your show coming up at 1:00 today. Big show. When are we getting an answer on Bellinger? 5 years for $155? Is that what I saw they offered him?
I think it's more than Alonso. So Alonso's $155.
Right. So it's probably around $160, $165, something like that.
Something like that.
So when are we getting this done?
I think it's a high stakes game of chicken where Boris is saying I've got I want 7 years, and Brian's probably saying, show me the guy who's giving you 7 years. And
yeah.
But you know what? The Red Sox thought Boris was bluffing too. And then Bregman signed with the Cubs.
Signs with the Cubs and gets what he gets.
Because you can bluff all you want, but every now and then you have to have pocket aces to show that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Or every now and then that card shows up on the river and somebody decides that they want to overpay for someone and help you out.
Right. But the names that are floated for
what about
Cody,
Tucker?
I don't see it. I don't think the Mets are involved. The Dodgers aren't involved.
Doesn't seem like the Mets are much more involved on Tucker
That's
than they
what
are
happened to Tucker.
I think if Cody gets 7, it's going to be a team like the Angels. That's desperate. And do you really want to do that? And you really enjoyed your time in New York? But I said this before. You don't hire Scott Boras unless you want the most money.
Yeah. To go to a better situation.
And that's not a knock on Scott Boras.
No, that's just what he
does.
He leverages.
Yeah.
That's what he does. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. He's coming up at 1 o'clock today. He is Michael Kay.
What a show.
What do you got?
Hey, make sure y'all look on YouTube so you can see this chiseled chin, man. It's
It
unbelievable.
does, seriously.
It looks like
How
power.
much have you dropped?
Like 16. I haven't lost any in the last week or so.
Like you could tell a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's like because my eyes actually open.
It always starts slow and then it
accentuates.
You know what the problem is?
Then it compounds.
But yes, but I look at when I take pictures with people.
Right.
I have trouble smiling because if I smile, my eyes are shut.
It's okay.
But it's
all the fat.
It's okay.
All the fat in the face.
We can get
shuts the eyes.
You know the trick to that? You take the clear tape and you pull it back. Like clear tape.
I'm sure that wouldn't show up
I'm going to use your clear tape because when you lose weight, you get turkey neck.
Yeah.
You don't have turkey neck.
Oh, sure.
No, you don't.
So you know
I've
how
seen turkey neck. You don't have turkey neck.
But you know how you get that?
How?
You got to get the thing that you chew on and bite. And so it makes your muscles in your neck. It's like the little foam square. You get on there. It's, you don't want to be around when doing it because you don't see no slobber.
Like a cow chewing on a cud or whatever that thing.
No, for real, because this is all muscle in your face. So that.
I think I'd rather just go in for an easy surgery.
Nah, you don't want to
back here.
You don't want to look like Wayne Newton.
No, I don't want this done.
Like you're saying hi. Surprise. Like what? What? Look like you're surprised. Huh?
You know what I've always wondered about like these actors and actresses? Do they think that we don't notice?
Yeah, I think they think. I think they think. I mean, because unless you see a picture of Kim Kardashian from like 10 years ago, you'd think she always looked like that because progressively like slow because they get this done and that done. Like Khloe Kardashian looked like a whole another human.
Oh, I know.
Like she looked like China, the wrestler when she was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, she's
now all of a
completely
sudden
different.
Like man, you done shaved your whole chin down.
Well, look at the difference if you look at 10 years ago, Kylie Jenner.
Yes.
To now, and she said she had no surgery
She's
whatsoever.
lying. She got breast augmentation. She got her lips done. The only one that didn't do it is Kendall because she was a model before and she never changed her body.
Which one is dating
Kylie.
Chalamet?
Kylie?
Yeah. I get the two
Dating
of
who?
them.
She's very pretty.
Oh, very pretty.
Oh.
I get the two of them confused, Kendall and Kylie.
No, one is natural and one is the billionaire. Remember, she was being on
Kylie's
TikTok.
a billionaire.
I thought they were both billionaires.
No. The other one is a supermodel.
Okay.
She modeled.
Kylie started her own business.
Yeah, the makeup line. She had kids' lips exploding because she was doing the thing where they sucked their lips to make their lips bigger and people's lips was busting. She was doing
That's the title of my second book, Lips Are Busting.
Yeah. Busting. It's busting.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Something busting.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. After a blowout loss to the Texans, could Mike Tomlin become a head coach option for the Giants?
I don't see him leaving Pittsburgh today to go coach the New York Giants or the Miami Dolphins or whatever. I don't see that as an option.
And who do you think has the best chance at winning the Super Bowl after Wild Card Weekend? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
For kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
This was a clip from Ian O'Connor on with Gary Myers over the weekend about how much the Maras are involved with the head coaching hire at this point. Which clip is this? Is this which Ian clip is this? Here we go. John Mara's involvement.
I have been told that he's been in meetings. Now, is it possible and maybe likely that his involvement in these meetings is a little scaled back? I'd say yes. I would say it's probably likely. Nobody has told me that, but that's the sense I get. But he's still there and he's involved and engaged, and he was during the season as well. And I was told that by people in the building. Again, did he cut back on the hours maybe, or even the days during the week? Yeah, I would suspect that was the case. But I think he still is involved, engaged, however you want to put it, and ultimately will make the decision with Steve Tisch. I think that is definitely going to happen. And they said that from the start, that ownership would make this hire and Joe Schoen would do the legwork and then make his recommendation. So I think that's still in place.
And I think is really interesting about this. Number one, it would be hard for me to think that John Mara wasn't involved at all. But I would think that if it's now going to go over to Steve Tisch and he's going to make that decision, I'd be really interested to see like how he's going to treat that, meaning how he's going to treat making a decision of hiring a head coach like Harbaugh, where you know it's going to be in somebody's hands who you can really trust and feel high about because you've heard all the positive things that he's had to say about Harbaugh. He's kind of out front about it. But then if you end up not landing that guy, what it looks like that at that point.
Could look like failure. And this is the thing. The longer they wait, the more opportunities they lose on maybe losing their second and third option. We see Stefanski's now down in he's interviewing for Miami right now. So he's interviewing for Miami. You got people interviewing all over the place. It's kind of like when I was young and I used to go to the club, and I talked to everybody. You end up with nobody. You ever did that? You talk to every girl by the time comes to take somebody home, they already left with somebody because I was non-committal?
Yeah, they only found me when they needed to buy a drink. Needed somebody to buy the drink.
Listen, however you can get in there, brother.
I'm saying that as soon as I bought the drink, they disappeared.
Nah, hell no.
That's what happened.
I need that money back. You don't take my drink.
What, am I going to go chase them down for $8 at the time?
You damn straight.
Yeah.
So you can give it to somebody else that'll be grateful for it.
Well, but there were plenty of I had plenty of competition. So the only thing I wasn't even armed with money, and it was the only thing that I could ever have any hope with, and I didn't even have it.
They crushed your hope, so that's a cost.
They crushed my hope, and I left there, and
so that's a cost. Listen, it's better.
Wow, this got depressing all of a sudden.
The Wonder Years. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
You realize while you were singing that, you were singing out of tune.
Yeah, that's just part of the bit. Lend me a hand, and I'll sing a song.
Well, speaking of Ian, who has been all over this and has had all of the information on what John Harbaugh is doing at every last second of the day, Michael has got Ian O'Connor coming up at 1:30 today, so there is sure to be some new...
Only Mike. Mike gets the exclusive stuff.
Only Mike and Gary Myers.
How many people owe you flavors? I think Gary Myers came at me one time a couple years ago. I think I owe him 5 fingers to the face. When he coming up here?
Probably not till Saturday. You won't see him till then. So in other words, you're good.
I can kick ass on the weekend.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN
delivery.
New York.
Smack.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their 3rd win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.